Hello, hello, and welcome to A Beautiful Disaster this wonderful Tuesday afternoon with Dutchie, the legendary punk DJ, myself, Cat Monroe, Kyle back there in sound, and we have two bands live in studio today. We have Low Budget and Core 10. Hello, guys, welcome. And we are live on YouTube. I believe we're live on YouTube. We have cameras all over, so be sure and smile pretty for the camera.
Sweet.
They can go to our, if you want to post or anything, they can go to our YouTube channel, Chaotic Radio, and look it up.
Chaotic Radio Live.
Live, okay, Chaotic Radio Live.
Is where you're going to find it on YouTube, and we are not going to play anyone else's music today except for yourself, because the fuckers at YouTube keep blanking us and fucking pulling our stuff for copyright. They can fuck off.
Yeah. we had Dramarama on Sunday, right? So we played a song and YouTube pulled it.
Really?
Even though he's sitting
And he
there.
owns the
Yeah.
fucking songs,
Yeah.
you know, and he was making a point of saying how he owns them. But the trouble is, you own the song, you do your deals with all these people to stop anyone playing them. They don't know it's him. They just hear it and go, fuck it, you know. So anyways, welcome to Chaotic Radio.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
How you guys doing?
Good, good.
Two
You know.
bands, and it's two totally different bands.
Yeah,
two totally different genres.
Yeah.
It's not two totally different sets of people, though, is it?
Nope.
No, I happen
No.
to play bass in both.
How many of you... Fuck it, we'll talk about that later on. What band do we have up first?
You want to go low budget first?
I like it. You're making decisions.
Sure.
Who are we right
Well,
now?
why don't you introduce
Yeah, well.
yourselves first?
Chris Stormy. I play bass in Low Budget and Core 10.
You have to get close to it, Brendan. Put
Get
your
in there,
mouth up on
Brendan.
it. Don't be afraid.
I'm used to that. No, I'm kidding. My name's Brandon Hargraves. Singer and guitar and Low Budget.
Yep, and I'm Sean. I'm the singer, well, one of the singers for Core 10.
And you have your own project, right?
Yeah, it's called Adam Flower. It's a little indie, signed to a little indie label called Texas Jesus Records.
Cool. Yeah, we'll talk about that one too. It's awesome.
Right on, right on, right on.
So where are you guys from?
Huntington Beach.
Huntington
myself.
Beach. Yeah.
You're
Mainly,
from
yeah.
my area.
Born in Huntington Beach Hospital.
Oh,
It's
can't get
just,
more
yeah.
Huntington Beach than that. Yeah.
Huntington Beach High School?
Whoopity-doo!
I think Kyle back there was born in Huntington Beach Hospital too.
I was born in Fountain Valley Hospital.
Pacifica.
Oh, Pacifica. Okay, close
Sucks
enough.
to be you, man.
I think there might be a rivalry because I'm the only one from Newport.
Newport's much posher.
Yeah.
I mean,
Blue.
Huntington Beach is a little bit of a rough fucking place, right? At least they
Yeah.
think that
I'm back
Huntington
and
Beach
forth,
think
though.
they're
I'm back and
fucking rough.
That's exactly. They think they're.
It used to be. It's not so rough anymore.
Well, I was a surfer for many years and always loved music, so.
Yeah.
But I was one of those few surfers out there that, you know, had big Misfit stickers on their fucking surfboards. And
Why is that a big
Danzig
no-no?
skulls. Well, you know, it's such a soulful sport, you know, to be a dark entity out there and that shit. It's everyone's, well, it's Huntington Beach, Surf City, California. you
it
know.
was too. There's like articles back in the day, like
Yeah.
punk rock surfers. Like,
Everyone's blonde.
He's afraid.
Everyone's
Don't be
blonde.
afraid.
See,
But
very
I had
afraid.
jet black hair. So,
That makes a difference right there.
yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, fuck those
Well,
surfers,
dude,
those
my-
blonde head.
Come on. My brother and all of his friends were original punk rockers, man. They fucking, my first show was Public Image, Butthole Surfers, Social Distortion, and Black Athletes
must have been a good show.
at the Olympic Auditorium, man.
What age were you?
13. They dyed my hair blue and fucking gave me a mohawk. And first time I ever peed in a bottle. It was good times. It's good times.
And left it for someone else to pick up. I know what you fuckers are like.
Yeah, under
Why
the
do you drink? Do you drink bottles that you pick up from the ground?
No, hell no. No, something I never even learned the bad way. I just knew.
yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Tried it once and it was over it.
No, that's what I say. I didn't try that. I didn't even need to go there. I just was the one leaving them for people.
Well, it was a good time. First time I saw a 300-foot slam pit. You know, Johnny came out with that neon light,
Uh-huh.
you know, that tube and thing. And police came out at 2 in the morning, said, if you keep the kids out for any more time, we're going to take you to jail for curfew. And they walked off, and he went right into Anarchy in the UK. But came out and arrested him. One of the best times of my life.
They did. They arrested him.
Oh, yeah. They came right out, put him in handcuffs, and took him out of there.
How can the police blame a performer if you're out past curfew?
I'll tell you, seats were being ripped out and thrown. It was underneath.
There was some
underneath
crazy-
the LA freeways. You know, where you
I've heard
parked.
about crazy
Yeah,
stuff
you
happening
parked
there, yeah.
under the freeways. It was, even there was a big riot afterwards too. But after that, I was hooked. There was no
What year was that?
shit. I couldn't
Remember?
tell you. Maybe 85, 84. You know, I was really young. I might even been closer to 12. My mom was out of town. My dad and my brother just said, "You're getting in with us," and took me.
See, we don't have a curfew in England.
You don't have a curfew in England?
No. That was the most fucking Nazi thing I'd fucking when I first got here. Well, curfew. The kids ain't allowed out. You have to be in after 10. What kind of fucking place is this?
Trying to control us.
You know you don't
Yeah.
think that. I mean, to English people, any country that has a curfew for anything must be fucking under martial fucking law.
Right. That
You
makes
know?
sense, though. You think about it that way. You're like, I have to be in.
Yeah.
You know?
And when
Well,
I
for
first
kids,
found out
yeah.
about it, I'm like, you're kidding me, right? You're fucking kidding me.
Right.
A country this fucking good and this free, the kids have to be inside by 10 o'clock.
Free to obey their laws.
So,
Yep.
what's it like then when you get to the what age is it? 18 or 16?
18.
18.
So even a fucking 17-year-old.
My 17-year-old goes out, and I tell him he comes in by 11 sometimes, but I tell him you need to be in by 10 because I don't want to deal with the cops.
Well, and they make you wear helmets when you ride bikes now too, up to a certain age.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
skateboards.
That's something I can
Yeah.
never even imagine.
What, skateboards as well? Is it against the law for
Skateboards, isn't it
skateboarders?
elbow
I
pads
don't know
and
if
knee
it's
pads or
skateboards or
something
not.
like that.
You
Yeah.
see a lot of kids on skates, and well, you know, Huntington, lots of girls on skates
Yeah.
too, on longboards doing their thing
Yep.
with no helmets.
Yeah, if you're
You
in
know?
the skate, like the skate parks and everything, you have to have all your knee pads.
Is that
helmets
what
and
it is?
stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
I get that. I
That's a
get that in a
liability,
skating
yeah.
and liability
Well,
thing, yeah.
The
But-
liability for sure.
I've been skating more lately, and yeah, the pads would have made a lot of difference.
If you're a kid, you can be. Obviously, you can be out with your parents, right?
Yeah.
To any time of the
yeah,
day.
Yeah.
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 Sure.
Just
There's
checking.
just group of kids. Like my son goes out. He's 17 with his other 17-year-old friends. They go to the, the Bellaterra shopping center or something like that, and that they get hassled if they're after 10.
Well, red curb used to just be our skate parks, you know, just
Yep.
long stretches of red curb. So you know,
You still skate?
yeah. I still surf too. I surfed for a long time. I was a pro surfer for a while,
Yeah.
and surfed for Chuck Dent Surf Center and Rip Curl, and did the whole thing for a while. Didn't pay the bills, but I always did music. I was always playing guitar and singing, and basically after school, after high school, I went into college for music at Orange Coast and started doing vocal there, along with surfing pro.
What kind of music was it then?
Well, for me, I loved everything. From like I was telling them back in high school, on my Super Beetle, I had the Smiths, Bauhaus, and Metallica.
That's a
You know what I mean? So that just shows you where my head was. Like, what the fuck are you? What do you like? You know what I mean? But I liked it all.
You like what you like.
Gary Newman from Gary Newman to Dead Kennedys, TSOL.
But when you went to school for
Christian
it,
Death.
when you were studying music, right?
Yeah,
College?
yeah, Orange Coast. Yeah, I was doing a vocal technique and training. It was it was basically everything you needed to learn how to support and really,
So you put that at
survive.
good fucking use and joined a punk band.
Yeah, well,
Like where every single one of us doesn't give a flying fuck. Yet here we are amongst the real singer.
yeah, well,
Feel privileged.
I love it, man. I love singing, and it's I love it all.
Well, Court 10's a little more metally, isn't it?
Yeah, we're like a metal rock punk crossover.
I like you guys. I saw you
It's a-
guys at Slide
it's
Bar.
a
It was
fusion.
awesome.
Yeah, it's a
It's
fusion
like
thing.
it's a
Some of the
fusion.
songs have
Fusion
more
thing.
little punk.
It's high energy.
Yeah.
Really high energy.
Some
Good to
of it's a
dance
little
to.
heavier.
You know, Duncan's he's an animal. You know, the guy.
That's the other. Yeah, that's
the other
yeah.
singer.
Yeah.
He's an ex-pro rugby player. He played in Australia.
He's intense
But
when he
he's from
sings.
here, and he was also a high-rise weld inspector walking the double girders. You know,
Fuck that.
he's that guy. And
one time in my life, the one time I took a drug and I didn't take it, I didn't know I'd taken it. Right.
right?
We went out partying on a
my
fucking
excuse.
Friday night, and we had to be.
He's-
We had to be.
Dutchie's never done drugs, ever,
Never done a
ever.
drug in my life. No, and one time I
Not
was
even-
given.
not even
I was
marijuana.
given a blue speed,
Oh yeah, okay.
and went because we were going to work, and I'm like, dude, I can't go. I got a headache, and he's like, no, it's a headache pill. And I'm like, okay, and it was
son of a-
speed, right?
Yeah.
And we were doing the girders, right? We were painting them 3 stories up.
Okay, so you're basically.
So we're sitting on them. They were 12 inches deep, 6 inches wide. So you're sitting on it with a paint and you're scooting back as you paint it. But halfway through, it wore off. And I was there for 2 hours holding on. They had to call the fire. They had to call the fire department again. I wouldn't move. I was fucking petrified. The first 2 hours, I was zooming along. Woo, 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 woo.
Well, I
Fuck
know-
that.
I know. I guess now that he just recently did harness training, whatever. They put you in a harness now for a lot of it.
Oh, he's still doing
Yeah,
that?
but you.
He's working at Chevron now.
Oh, okay.
But he was like swinging out on the
Oh, my
harness
God.
and checking the welds for welds.
And he's
from
not a small
outside.
guy.
No.
He's a good sized
No,
guy.
he's
Yeah.
a big rugby player.
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
a big guy.
Yeah, I know,
It's like
he's a
6'2",
beast.
6'3".
Yeah.
And he skates and surfs and does
Well,
this whole thing.
I think he might be retiring on the skating part.
Yeah, he took a huge digger.
Yeah.
Skateboarding.
Yeah, skateboarding. Yeah.
Skateboarders don't die, do they? They don't give up. They never. It seems that everyone
They just acquire
who
more
comes in,
injuries.
and no matter how old they are,
I got
the only time they give up is if they're so injured that they can't skate anymore.
Yeah.
Last time I was skateboarding was at San Clemente Skate Park, which is up there by some other radio station on top of the hill. I was just going at it, and the more and more you're out there, the more courageous you get to try things, fakie rocks, Smith grinds, and all this other stuff, and you just get more courageous from what you used to be able to do.
Right.
So I ended up taking a big digger right on my hip. I went up, did a fakie rock, hopped the front trucks on the coping, and went straight to the flats. And I laid there for like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and just letting it cool down. I walked out of the pool, and there was this old professional surfer that still does big wave stuff. His name's Mike Parsons, and I'd known him from my years of skateboarding. And he's like, "Sean, I'm on Mike. What's up, man? And why aren't you out here doing this with?" And he was like, I don't do concrete. That's my boy out there. I don't do.
Yeah.
You surf fucking 40, 50-foot waves. Really? And he's like, "No, I don't do concrete. It's vinyl." So, it's if you're gonna do it, you better do a little bit of training or warm up a little.
Yeah, it's not something I want to do. Fuck it, I'm not doing it. I keep saying I'm gonna try and play fucking ghost surfing. Every year I say it, but so far
Yeah, you got to go when Kyle and I go
It's
out.
fun.
I'm going with Casey. That's
Are
what I'm
you?
going with. Yeah,
Brandon surfs too.
because
It's fun, man. You'll like
Casey
it.
from DI
Royer.
sings with us, and
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, anyone can teach you, but you'll have more of a laugh than me. And I don't fucking doubt that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So music wise now, what do you guys do for live shit? I mean, it's funny you just said, we're this genre, that genre, a bit of crossover between this, that, and the other. So what bands you play with?
Well, Core 10 so far, this lineup.
Well, I'll give you to this. Well, with this lineup, go ahead.
Go ahead, you go ahead.
Well, this lineup, we've been playing with a slew of different bands. The previous lineup we had, which we all decided to go our own ways after, as things happen with bands. We had played with Fear Factory, KMFDM, The Misfits, Strung Out, Taproot. We were able to play with a ton of different bands. We're Orange County, nominated for Orange County.
How did you get to play with those bands? Through
Through different people and promoters, and through surfing and music. Through surfing and music, for me, I've always done a lot of cross marketing. Combining
Knowing the right people.
Yeah, combining clothing labels with music, and I interned for a couple years at a place called ADD Marketing in LA.
Uh-huh.
You picked up a lot of stuff
Yeah,
there.
we were next to Titmouse Films, which is Adult Swim.
Oh, okay.
So we were doing boarding for breast cancer, and we ended up cross-marketing Arne sunglasses with Motorhead, and they made the Lemmy sunglass.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could get a pair of Lemmy sunglasses signed, and the new album signed. Rest in peace, brother. And a pair just to wear. And that's the kind of marketing we do. So
Yeah.
through that, you just meet a shit ton of people. And if you have a good band that you believe
just
in,
talk,
and
yeah,
a good
talk,
and a
and
good
once you
product,
talk,
yeah.
then-
I mean, you know what? You have to be doing something right to be able to go through that variance.
Don't be afraid to open up your beer and make loud noise in the microphone. Yeah,
bad.
there we go.
How was this shit with
He
the
was being
protocol
real
was on
careful.
that
I
one?
said, just
I'm
do
always
it.
trying to hide it under my shirt.
You can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. It's internet radio.
But reality is just about the music. If they don't think you'll go with it, why the hell would they put you on it?
Well, one of the questions I was going to ask when you mentioned all those bands was, did you ever do the pay-to-play stuff?
Not really. Not
That's
really.
a yes then.
Well, yeah, we didn't
Probably
do-
early
Kind
on.
of, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I think
It was a
everybody
Well,
did.
sometimes it's an
We never
investment.
got forced
Earlier
to
on in
sell
their
an
careers.
amount. They just said, get rid of what you can. And the crazy thing is people like to save $10.
Hell yeah.
Well, especially with those kind of headliners.
Yeah, these bigger shows, we ended up doing 200 to 300 sometimes, and the tickets would just go. Hell yeah, I want to
But
save
when you
$10.
have big bands, some of the big bands you
Especially
mentioned,
those
yeah.
three, Fear Factory came at the end, the Misfits, they tickets
Well,
just
Misfits
flock.
now are what, like, was it 300, 400?
Well, at the forum. that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
crazy.
before it was Only, and I forget
It's
who
like
else.
$50.
Doyle was in and out. It was just Jerry and no Danzig.
Yeah.
What do you think of that reunion gig they're going to do?
I think it's a
Well,
ripoff.
I mean, the ticket
I would
prices are
love to
pretty
go,
ridiculous.
but I'm not going to pay that much money for it.
Me too.
No,
I'd
but
love-
it only took a minute to sell it out, so there's obviously a lot of people who
Yeah.
have and will,
guaranteed.
And now the tickets
That's
are
why they're
going for
doing it.
$1,000 up on
Yeah.
fucking StubHub and shit, and people are paying it. So
Danzig's such a hard ass. You don't think he's ever going to do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people are like, this is probably never going to happen again.
Until
Yeah,
they
no.
see how much
Till
money
next
they
year now.
make.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, well,
till they
maybe
go
we
on
do.
tour.
Yeah, like Guns N' Roses. They're like, oh, we're never going to play together again. and then they see how much money they make
I'm-
on that
They
last.
check the bank account, right?
tour.
Yeah.
I'm
Keep
surprised.
this going.
I'm surprised that it's this as big as it is.
Well, the Misfits thing.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think
They're an
about
iconic
history. I
band.
mean, no, Metallica really, when they brought them into speed metal and just metal in general, they became part of that whole deal. Don't
Well,
know?
yeah, you get a lot of you get
There was
people
so
that are,
much Misfits incorporated with Metallica.
not only that, there's probably kids that are 15 years old that are listening to
Yeah,
Misfits
and it's
now.
cool fucking music, dude. I
Yeah.
loved
And all the
horror.
skates.
Well, there's that other
Videos.
band too.
I
That
love
other
horror.
alternative band. I forgot how much was it.
I love horror.
I can't think. It was like $1,500 for a ticket. I can't think of what band. I'll think of it in a minute. It's another alternative band that's out there.
Well, I know our buddies get to be the support band that night. Discharge get to play
Oh, for the Misfits, yeah.
for the Misfits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect.
And he called me and he said, "What do you think? Is this thing going to be big?" Right? I'm like,
Is it gonna be big?
That's an
no, he did. He
understatement.
asked me. So how big is it? Is it huge? I'm like, it's fucking out of control. It's
Yeah.
it's and
It's
it was
ridiculous.
the week. It was the week it was announced. I said that's all people are talking about. I said, and apparently the cheapest tickets, $150 or $190 or something. And
That didn't last long.
no, it didn't.
No.
You know, so they're coming over. We were trying to set up a show, but I guess the management won't let them play anything else. That
Well, they cross genres. You know, they really do, from goth to metal.
Yeah,
to
the
rock
marketing
to-
part of it.
They cross so many
Oh,
genres.
for Misfits,
The
yeah.
Misfits do.
Misfits do. Yeah, Misfits do.
not my favorite band at all. Don't like them at all. But again,
Elvis? You like Elvis?
Costello or Presley?
Presley.
yeah, I do like.
That's a very good
yeah.
question. Very good question.
But again, you know, me liking my music is the same as you not liking some of my stuff. You know, it's like it's life. It's we all got different tastes, and I was never introduced to it until a later time.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I there's 4 or 5 songs that you go fucking classic punk right there, but the majority of it just not my cup of tea.
Regal's there and shit.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
you know, but it was a big part of growing up in this area, wasn't it? Where are they from?
L.A. Well,
No, Danzig's from New York. They're from New
yeah,
York.
but the
Not
band
the
originated.
majority band.
Yeah.
But Danzig's from New York, in that area.
You, how much music did you bring with you today? Not that much, right? But you're gonna play for us,
Yeah,
right?
we can play a little bit later.
Yeah, and you have some on that. You have some on there. You have a couple on there. Don't you?
No, I got a few. Yeah, I bring them up from nowhere.
Well, Low Budget. I'm curious. How long has Low Budget been around? I really like the music. It's relaxing.
Thank
It's like
you.
I want a margarita by the pool, by the beach.
I
You
mean,
know,
margarita
It's-
anywhere.
It's my.
it just
I
sounds
do a lot of
good.
beach walks, and that's beach walk soundtrack. You know,
Okay.
it's to me, it's like Southern California rock. It's Southern California music.
It's reggae rock, yeah.
Yeah, it's a totally like I was going to New York a lot, and when I went to New York, if I heard music from out that kind of music, I'd get homesick instantly.
Yeah, it's West Coasty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Especially working with Lou, he's just got that sound so dialed that like he helps bring bands that are almost there to just kind of fine tune their sound a little bit.
Is that the producer?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
pushed through the Dirty Heads,
Oh, okay.
Silent.
Iration, Sublime with Rome.
Yeah, it's similar in that same kind of.
Same kind of genre. Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
What bands inspired a band like Low Budget? Because it's. I've only heard the one song. I played it earlier, just as you guys were coming in, and I fucking love it. Reggae is one of my favorite types of music.
It's just universal, I feel like. But I mean, if you check us out live, we're a little more punk too. We kind of
Yeah, they put on a good show.
fluctuate a little bit.
We're just a 3-piece right now.
Yeah.
They played the 420 show I did at the Doll Hat.
So I mean, everything from like obviously Marley, UB40. I grew up on. Just like Dirty Heads, Sublime, just growing up listening to old school specials.
The new song we just wrote is completely punk, completely all the way through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got some of that old school like punk meets a little bit.
I
of
got that
pop.
on. I got that there, right?
That one's not on there.
No,
No.
shame. All right, I'm gonna. no, I meant it. Fucking hell, no, I meant that. I
Yeah.
meant that was from there, right?
Yeah, no,
Fuck.
we wrote it literally like 2
2
days
days
ago. So
Oh, so it's just in your
Yeah,
head
we're getting
still.
ready for. We
Yeah.
have a show the 30th at the Wayfair in Costa Mesa.
30th of October.
No, just this Saturday.
yeah, this
September.
Saturday at the Wayfair.
Oh,
in
plug
Costa
it. Who else
Mesa.
is playing?
The Jetties.
Oh, I like the Jetties.
Yeah, they're one of my really close friends.
I saw
love
them.
all
Where did
those
we
guys.
see them? We saw them somewhere recently. They're good.
They've been playing all over lately, and then also the Sleep State. I guess the
I've heard
singer,
of them.
Singer of that band was on The Voice or one of those shows.
Oh, I didn't know
really
that. Mhm.
I don't pay attention attention to those shows.
I don't either. I don't watch TV or anything. I do music and that's it.
Wait, weren't you auditioning?
That was under wraps, bro.
Oh, sorry. You're getting sued.
So have you always sang reggae?
No, I grew up just old school punk rock, Black Flag.
So what made you change your mind and turn this direction?
I don't know, getting older, smoking more weed.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to.
Inspired by the ganja.
Nothing
As
wrong
they
with
all
that.
are.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
We
Yeah.
surfed and lived in Hawaii for a while too.
Yeah,
so
I
the-
went out
Oh,
there to
that'll
go
do it.
Yeah, I went out there to go do surf competitions. I actually did big wave stuff too with a couple of my buddies who live out there. And
Big wave stuff's not like the toe out stuff?
Yeah.
Really? You did the toe out?
I think the biggest wave I
Toe
surfed
in.
was like
A
30,
toe in, yeah, toe in.
about 30 foot, which was like. I'm afraid of
I
heights.
watched that
That's
stuff
when
on
you
YouTube.
guys were talking about doing like the high rise things. I was like, my palms were just getting sweaty. But like, but when you're getting towed in, it's like tunnel vision. It's just like survival mode. Like,
I watched those videos. That's crazy stuff.
yeah,
It
it's,
looks like it'd be so awesome feeling just to do it.
Is
though.
that one of the ones they tow
That's
you
the
in
easy
because
way.
you're so far, you're way offshore?
yeah,
Right.
Either that or it's just too
You
big
could
to paddle
physically
into.
paddle
It's
out
too
there.
fast.
Yeah.
So you need that.
They
extra
tow you
power.
in, let go, and away they go.
I mean, pretty much you're letting go.
Yeah.
You got to kind of know what you're doing. But
You got to
let go.
surfer.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a nice big slope at first,
Yeah,
but it doesn't stay that way.
Yeah, I've seen the video. I've
It's
seen
just
wipeouts on
survival
those
towards
things.
the end, you're just
The
like-
wipeouts on those things look brutal.
Yeah, I've surfed pipe and sunset,
Mhm.
and when I paddled out, it was about 5 feet, and there was a hurricane around the island, and in 2 hours it was 15 to 20.
Yeah,
So
well, 5
third-
feet
third
is
reef.
like 5 feet from the back, so that's like 10
Right,
foot
10 well, it
faces.
was- yeah, but on a bigger board, you can get into them
Yeah.
early, and before you know it, you're at the bottom turning off. And yeah, I got
I
stoked.
paddle out in the
Got-
little waves. No way, nothing
Got
like
stoked,
that.
got scared, got out.
I mean, that's the start, though. That's.
I like watching it just to see the fuckers eat it. Those big ones. You
You
know?
can watch. You
I'm
can
not
come
gonna
watch
lie,
me,
that's my
Dutch.
favorite part of big wave surfing too. Is
Oh,
watching
I mean, it
people-
is. I mean, it's fucking brutal. And you see, I mean, the only reason I ever came to this country was because of the Beach Boys, right? And I used to watch a lot of the surfing on TV back home. And when I discovered they had the Mavericks tournament on,
Yeah.
and then when you read about it and read that, they know right underneath them, if they fucking go down, there's a good chance they ain't coming back up, you know?
Not this last year, but the year before, the Billabong at the Grove in Anaheim, they have the Big Wave Awards, because they run a series of 8 or 9 different contests throughout the year that showcase big waves and different outer reefs and stuff like that. And the wave of the year was won by a woman 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, Kayla Kenley.
Kenley,
That
yeah,
chick
she's
is
a Hawaiian.
out of control.
She's a friend
so
of mine,
good.
actually. She's a friend of mine.
Killer
And,
DJ too.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
a
really?
DJ
Good to
too,
know.
but Jesus, man. Well,
She out of Hawaii?
She surfed Chopu, and
back
basically
and
the
forth.
first time she surfed at Chopu was Tahiti, that one where you see
Mm-hmm.
this massive. She ate it, tore her whole face off,
Yeah.
and then
Did she hit
she recovered
coral?
for 2
Yeah, she hit
years.
the coral
She
reef.
recovered for 2 years and then came back and won the wave of the year.
Yeah.
But she recently did the Mavericks and took a digger
Yeah.
and messed up her knee again. But
That was
hey,
that
are
was
you
the
kidding
first.
me?
That's
A
not
lot
gonna
of
stop
it
her,
has
yeah.
to do with your
No.
body weight getting down the freaking face of the wave. If
Yep.
you're a heavier dude and a bigger dude or woman, your weight will bring you down through it as more. But sometimes the wind is so vicious, you'll never get down
Yeah.
the face
Coming
where
up
you
the
want to.
face.
But you got to think about how light she is doing that. Is my point.
Yeah, it's nothing to hold.
Well, a
no
feather
weight
in the
on.
wind.
Yeah.
You know?
I drink beer to keep that beer belly up. Get that waist slide right down the face.
Get some. Get
You
some.
don't surf.
I used to, but
Because I imagine me and you will go down there real fucking quick.
yeah, I can't do it anymore. I'll probably just float.
You're listening to ChaoticRadio.com with Dutchie, the legendary punk DJ. Myself, Cat Monroe. Kyle back there on sound, a beautiful disaster. And we have Core 10 and Low Budget. And what was the name of yours?
Adam Flower.
Adam Flower in studio. And you can watch us live on YouTube as well. Or give us a call,
Oh, that's right.
909-360.
Yeah.
And
Right
here.
there, right there,
And behind
right
you.
there, and right there.
Yeah.
You can give 4 fucking fingers at the same time.
Give us a call, 909-360-8330. Download the app, kkrad.com. Yeah, we've had beer things thrown at that.
Hey, Missy, did I didn't mean to call you last night. So Missy, pour me that whiskey. Forget about your worries and your pride. Surprise, surprise that I'm not surprised that when I called you were by my side. Hey Missy, I knew you missed me. Drinks were drank, songs were sung. When I came over, I had some fun. Yeah, Missy, I knew you missed me. Apologies we never keep. Just last week I had you down on your knees. It's not you and me. And I don't know what I'm doing here again. I must be out of my mind. I'm out of my mind. Hey Missy, did you miss me? I didn't mean to call you last night. So Missy, pour me that whiskey. Forget about your worries and your pride. 4 shots down, hit the town. When morning comes, sorrows will drown. Hey Missy, I knew you missed me. Tomorrow's here, so I'll need some beer. 1 phone call, I'm living in fear. Hey Missy, I knew you missed me. Apologies we never keep. Just last week I had you down on your knees. It's not you and me. And I don't know what I'm doing here again. I must be out of my mind. I'm out of my mind. Hey Missy. But now my girl's home and I've gotta get my story straight. One more night like this and I'm bound to catch that shitty fate. Murder's a hell of a thing, but I pushed her too far then. Few more shots of whiskey, then you had to go and kiss me. Why do everything to self-destruct? I can't go on living this way no more. Hey Missy, did you miss me? I didn't mean to call you last night. So Missy, pour me that whiskey. Forget about your worries and your pride. Hey Missy, why did you kiss me? You're out of your mind, and I'm out of my head tonight.
This is Dave Klein from Agent Orange. You're listening to A Beautiful Disaster on chaoticradio.com.
Horizon is moving. This empty bottle of rum's got me thirsty. I'm still thirsty. My ship, my crew has left me here. in the middle of nowhere. What am I supposed to do? Well, I know something that you don't. I've got 14 miles to go, and I've got my control to let you know. So I will. Her eyes are slowly moving. The southerly bottle of rum's got me thirsty. I'm still thirsty. My shit, my crew are still not here. What am I supposed to do? Sail the 7 seas for so long. We'll see them again. Live or die on the ocean floor. That's where I was born. If you don't believe me, scallywag to see me. This fire inside me is burning. So bring me up now, yeah. So bring me up now. You can tell that I am hurting. This fire inside me is burning. So bring me up now, yeah. So bring me up. Horizon is gone. The sun is set. There's not another soul for my own, so please don't let me down. 'Cause baby, I need you, and maybe you need me. How many skanks have walked this plane? Well, that I can't recall. You can't find the answers at the bottom of the bottle. I think I'll swallow a bit more and drop down to the floor.
chaoticradio.com, and that was 7 C's, right?
Yep, 7 C's.
From Low Budget. I really like that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's unreleased right now. It's actually going to be on our upcoming LP, Perfect Storm.
And you said that was recorded at 17th Street Records.
Yes, with
And-
Lou Dog himself.
How long ago?
Jeez.
Still being done.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still working? You're in the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah, I think one more full day and we'll have the everything done, but I'm going to do like a music video and
Oh,
get
cool.
everything, all the ducks in a row.
First album?
First album.
Enjoying doing it? Was it cool recording it?
I honestly thought that once it was over, and yes, it was very fun to record and everything, but I thought once it was over, it was going to be way easier and less stress, and now it's like, now I have like 50 other things I have to pay attention to. It's like way more work than I was like expecting.
In what respect? Mastering it and editing it and all that kind of
I
shit?
mean, the mastering and everything is going to go through Lou as well, but just like going, the marketing, the PR, merch,
You're doing it all
the
yourself?
work.
videos,
The
just
work.
everything. Like,
Yeah.
you want-
Artwork.
artwork. And like,
Ooh.
Especially if you
That's-
do a single at a time.
exactly, and that's the main thing nowadays that I don't get about these bands is like they'll go and like, yeah, everything's off of like MP3s and everything, but they skimp on the artwork and they'll go
Yeah.
and do something cheesy. And that was my favorite part about CDs and even cassettes is you have like the rad artwork and something to look at, some
Lyrics.
When I was younger and I
lyrics,
went to go buy
liner
an album
notes.
or a cassette, if
You
we
have
didn't
to have
have
lyrics.
it. We didn't
You
have
have
it
to
now,
have the
though.
lyrics.
But we didn't have it
Yeah.
now where we
You
have
have
the internet. We can look at it ahead of time. I would go and sometimes I'd buy it based on the artwork. If it
Yeah.
had cool
Yeah.
artwork and a cool
Oh.
name, I'll buy it and flip the coin. Maybe it'll be good.
Yeah.
100%.
You know? Yeah.
100%.
I've traded in many, many albums. Going,
For the
"Well,
art?"
That wasn't what I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be.
So did you when you did the artwork? You all done and you finished on the artwork now? Yeah.
The artwork's still in the work.
Who's doing it?
My buddy Dorian.
It's gonna be like old school, like
It's
hand drawn.
super old school,
That's
kind of
awesome.
tattoo-ish, a little.
Not a picture of you boys.
No.
Smart decision.
Yeah.
Well, no, because you know what?
Called out.
There's some fucking, there's some albums where you look at the front of the album. I mean, in fact, I got a classic book in there, or a book of classic album covers. You know, and it's amazing. Some of them are the picture of the band, like the Clash, for instance. Them standing on that step.
But that's the
You know
Clash.
that you would never
that was
have
the artwork.
right, and it was just a picture that all of a sudden, and they kind of Instagrammed it up long before Instagram, and you know, and there it is. And
Yeah.
it was very fucking simple, yet it's one of the classic album covers of all time.
It was, but
And-
I feel with like social media and everything, you get so many fucking pictures of
It's
the
true,
band
the bands,
already
yeah.
on whether it's a flyer or them promoting themselves. That you don't need to see that shit on the album anymore. You want to see the artwork, something that like means something to the band enough to put along with the album. You know?
Was it difficult to come up with something that you all agreed on? Then?
No.
Or do they not even fucking know what's going on
We
there
haven't
yet?
got that far yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet. Like I said, there's so many freaking
forgetting
aspects
we
right now.
cuss.
That
Yeah, you can say
I
whatever
know.
you
I'm like,
want. Mhm, yeah.
stop.
I thought you just had a star.
I mean, a couple more beers, I might have a slur.
We're good with that. If you don't, then we consider it a bad fucking show and you ain't coming back.
That's true, yeah.
Man.
So I mean,
Shotgun
yeah,
time?
like you said, I mean, you go and record it. I've never been in a recording studio to record anything. Everything I've ever done with a band is covers, you know.
Yeah.
And it's something I'd love to go back to and start writing again and do a band where we're writing our own shit.
It's an amazing
you know?
experience.
Yeah,
It's
I imagine it
intimidating
is.
at first, but then once you kind of kick yourself in the butt, you're like, why? I do this every night. Why am I scared?
It's not you're not signed to a label, or is someone picking up the tab, or is this all on you?
No, it's all on us.
So vinyl's not coming out, or is it? Are you?
I mean, eventually.
Well, everyone tells me it's expensive, right? The vinyl side of it's
really is.
expensive.
Yeah, and then there's a good wait for it too.
Oh,
it
is
takes
there?
a while. Yeah, I mean, it
Especially
depends
when
where
I
you
do
go.
colored vinyl too.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
because there's
cool
not very
stuff.
many that do
Yeah,
it
the
anymore.
cool
Yeah,
one,
I've heard that.
exactly.
Mhm.
Unless you're making like 50,000 of them, it's not gonna.
I have from McGrad. I have it was a limited edition, red, yellow, and green splatter vinyl. It's
Nice.
gorgeous. Yeah,
Yeah.
gorgeous.
That style
have-
is used on. Well, mine got stolen.
Oh, yours got stolen.
That was in one of those boxes. But that is used on a lot of albums. That exact same.
I like it,
splatter.
yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
I used to have the original Prince Purple Rain purple album.
Oh,
that came
really?
out.
Man,
What happened to it?
I have no idea. It was when I was a kid, but
Ah.
can you
Took it
imagine?
to,
We didn't- we didn't
took
have-
it to
we
Vinyl
didn't-
Solution and sold it.
Yeah.
50 cents.
We didn't. I think back then we didn't realize that they were going to be. Just thought they were cool. We didn't realize they
Yeah,
were going to be
it's
worth
gonna be worth
anything.
something,
Yeah, because I
yeah.
had so much stuff like that I thought it was cool. That I mean, even
Yeah.
weird cassettes and things like that.
Well,
you
12-inch
know?
I
singles.
miss all my cassettes.
We do have all the original Beatles stuff, though. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Do you?
Yeah.
On vinyl.
On vinyl.
You used to-
Original.
if you got into it, you get the 12-inch singles. You know what I mean?
And when I emigrated, I had to leave because I was a DJ back in England, like a club DJ, right?
Yeah.
So I had boxes but I couldn't bring them over because it would have cost thousands and
weight.
thousands
Right,
because
yeah.
of the weight,
Right.
you know. And I narrowed it down to just 2 chests full of vinyl. But recently they all got stolen. I moved out. I moved out of my house and put them in.
Your original stuff got
yeah.
stolen.
Right, but
tough is that?
I got lucky and found one of them had been in a different part of storage, and I found it about a month ago. And luckily, a lot of my original punk albums were still in there, but the majority of it went. But you never, even if you'd have back in the day, you'd have sold it. I mean, record players were gone.
Yeah.
You couldn't
Yeah.
play
my,
it.
That was actually me. I took my collection into Vinyl Solution and sold it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah,
man.
and you
I
know
had
what?
like
You weren't wrong, and you were.
I had everything, man. I had so much punk, singles and colored vinyl and shit, man. I had a lot of The Cure, their singles like the original "Let's Go to Bed" and all that shit, and "Boys Don't Cry," and "Sisters of Mercy." Tons of colored.
I had
vinyl.
the original "Boys Don't Cry" as well. I think that was the
and
Cure's
I,
first 45, wasn't it?
And I think so. It wasn't during. I wasn't there when it came out, but I got in the collecting part of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And tracking it down. It was fun.
You know,
Still-
tracking it down was the best fucking part
Yeah,
of it.
well,
You know, getting on a
yeah.
train because none of the record stores in my town had it. So I'd get on a train and go to the next town where it was a bigger town, way bigger, more shops. You'd call them and they go, they're coming in the morning, and I've got 10,
Right.
10 with a picture cover, and the rest are just plain covers. And you go, all right, fuck it, I'll be
One
there.
of the best places around here for a long time was London Exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the name of it.
My store was Elephant Records. Elephant Records, yeah.
I remember when you had to like mail off to get like an import. It was a couple $100. You had to wait like 6
Yes,
weeks
yeah,
before you
sometimes
got
so.
it. 6 to 9 weeks before you. I remember. Yeah.
Every once in a while, they'd have some stuff at Tower
Yeah,
Records.
but like when you were trying to buy soft sell or something like that, forget it. You had
Yeah.
to mail off for it. It
Well,
took
you'd
forever
find
to
the,
get it.
you'd find the smaller stores, you know, and
Yeah.
they'd have bootlegs.
Yeah,
You know,
but if you wanted,
imported
but if you
bootlegs.
wanted the
I was telling these guys when Metallica
bootlegs were big. Yeah,
when Metallica was doing One, I Can't Remember Anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when that song came out, someone had gone up to their fucking studio and put a microphone to the door
people used to do
and
all kinds
recorded
of
it.
stuff.
But you hear Hetfield going la 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 la.
that'd be cool. I had a
You know,
crash. I had
and
a
it was
crash
on the
cassette
bootleg
like that.
recording, and I still have it.
Oh,
But
that's
it, but it was
cool.
a tape cassette, you know. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, and then they sat there and wrote out all the songs themselves. You know,
But yeah, and you know
Each
what?
one.
That's what used to get us excited about music, shit like that. You
Yeah.
know, it's what, and now it's kind of come back again a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's
You know,
physical things to have in your hand.
well, the
It-
kids
their
used to
world
ask
is-
us, right?
There's nothing physical about their world in the internet. And,
No, there's
you
not.
know,
No, but you know, I always argue against that. People say, "Yeah, you got an album, you got something to hold." Fuck off! I got a CD, I've got something to hold. I got an insert. Like,
Oh, I'm with that
right?
too.
And CDs brought out some of the albums. A lot of the time, they had brought out booklets where you had fucking pages
I
and
still
pages
love
of shit.
CDs.
So do I.
I mean, you know, I
You
haven't
know?
gotten
But
rid of any of
albums
those.
have that specific sound, and tapes,
Yeah.
cassettes
They
have a
do,
certain
that
sound.
scratchy-
Yeah,
too.
this is the
that
tape. This is
scratchy
the sound
earthy-
that tapes have.
Yeah.
Until they pop out. Yeah,
Yeah, when they've been
Hissing, yeah.
that left out in the sun sound.
Yeah.
Or roll
Fuck
back
that.
the pencil too many times. Yeah.
You
Hey,
know,
but
but,
Michael Jackson still made that sound good.
So you've recorded. When do you think it's coming out? The album?
I think we're gonna try to do what, like a November, December. We've been talking about just kind of fine tuning it down to like a actual date.
Right before the holidays.
Yeah.
Christmas song on it?
Hopefully, right before everyone spends all their money.
No Christmas songs?
No Christmas song.
Not a single?
No.
That's
Come
the
on,
whole, the whole
fuck.
album's
That
a
would be-
Christmas
You could
song.
do a reggae Christmas song.
That's a very
reggae
good
Christmas.
point.
Oh man, I don't know.
kinda
Christmas
cool.
song.
Christmas
Yeah?
trees.
Christmas tree.
Green
Smoking
trees.
Christmas
Yeah, I was
trees.
gonna say green.
Are you gonna do like a little mini tour that goes with it?
Yeah. I don't know. Haven't even got that far yet. We're just trying to go and package
It's fucking
it.
2 months away. What do you mean you haven't got that far? Are we talking next Christmas?
Low budget. No, we're talking this Christmas.
There's a reason we're called low fucking budget.
There's
right?
a fucking reason we're called low fucking budget.
Have you
ask Lou, he'll tell you.
have you guys done any tours?
Low budget has not. No.
No tours.
I mean, really, like springtime, summer is like better for this style of
Yeah,
music.
because you guys are spring break. But in Southern
Yeah, I
California,
mean,
it's all
it's-
year round, though.
Yeah.
It's Southern California. We
yeah.
will be playing a lot.
That was the first day of fall 2 days ago or 3 days ago. You wouldn't know
You
it.
know, not here.
No,
we don't have
no.
fall.
It's
What's
90
fall?
degrees outside.
What's fall?
Right? It hit 70 degrees. I had to put a sweatshirt on.
No, fall is when the Santa Ana winds kick in.
Yeah,
And it gets
exactly.
about 110.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when you put the.
I think it said 90 degrees when I got out of my car.
Yeah, I like my.
But
yeah,
you're
I-
right.
yeah.
Reggae music is sitting by the pool,
Yeah.
fucking kicking by a beach,
Beach.
that kind of music, and we're
Drinking
lucky being where we are.
tequila.
Yeah,
I always say that. We're truly lucky just to
Oh,
be
yeah.
born here. You
because
know?
that music does something about that. Reggae music by a pool, to me, that's what you got to fucking play. That and the Beach Boys.
Float along.
I mean, you can't argue with the Beach Boys.
All surfing music, all fucking surf rock and surfing music
Dick
is just,
Dale, man.
yeah.
Oh, the cramps.
I just
Dude, and
watched,
I keep talking about going to see Dick Dale, and he's playing down, and I want to see him at a specific place because he plays there all the fucking
Where?
time at the Coach House.
Coach House.
Yeah,
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 nice to
yeah,
see him.
yeah.
I saw him.
And I've
like,
never seen him.
I saw him 20 years ago at Hard Rock Cafe. I want to say Newport or something.
I'm going
like
to
that.
see
A
Brian
long
Wilson
time
in 2
ago.
weeks.
That one over by
Where at?
Fashion Island.
Yeah, it was like
That
20
was
years
old
ago.
school.
He looked down at me and he said, "You have the most beautiful smile." I was happy.
He was looking at your tits. Come on.
She's all floating home on like a magical cloud.
You have the most beautiful smile.
with
The
his-
only reason he said that is so he could glance
Yeah,
down.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you look down and the nipples hanging out.
No.
That was on purpose. Though.
Good Lord.
No, so he's. I'm seeing Brian Wilson at the Pacific Amphitheater in
nice.
Costa Mesa
That's a great venue.
doing the Pet Sounds again. I'd already seen it once.
I was going to say, you saw that already.
I went to see it at the Hollywood Bowl.
Just watched Love and Mercy again last night. That's such a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Yeah.
And if you're into all that, if you're into the Beach Boys, I'll tell you a Blu-ray worth going to buy was the documentary about their 50th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
And the making of That's Why God Made the Radio, right? The album. Because it was the first time that the Beach Boys had got back together as a full band in 25 years.
That was the last time they recorded.
Yeah, and then it was, I would say, if you listen to that album, it's one of their best albums in 40 fucking years. Wow. Even though it was all different Beach Boys kind of thing, that got the 5 of the, not originals, but 5 of the guys who'd been together forever back together. And the moment the tour finished, they started fucking fighting again, and Mike Love said, I own the name, and fuck you, and off he went again.
Oh, it went down that road.
Yeah, went back down that road. The minute after you watch the documentary, and they're all going, we love each other again. You know? But yeah, I mean, that was the music, apart from, I mean, I was a old school punk. I was around in 77, but the Beach Boys, that was my fucking band, the Beach Boys and the Pistols.
Wow.
And that's the only reason I came here. And I say that on just about every fucking show I do, right? I think it's important that you know where I come from.
When you got here, did you go straight to the ocean?
I was in New York. There was 2 places I wanted to see, and that was New York City and then all of California. The first place I visited in California was San Diego.
Ooh, I love San Diego.
Yeah,
I
that's a
love
smooth
San Diego.
town.
I ended up staying down there and living down there
Oh,
for
it's
nearly
good.
3 months.
Good life down there, man.
All I did was lay on the
Good
beach,
music scene,
get
too.
fucking drunk at night. But there was a Red Onion. Do you remember Red Onion?
Red Onion.
Red
There was
Onion
there was a
best.
Red Onion on Mission Beach, right?
Yeah.
So I stayed in.
Oh, that was your playground
Oh,
then, right?
fucking hell! Oh, hello, mate. All right, hello, ladies.
Oh, I'm
Fucking
sure
hell.
that accent got you everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome, Mission
Think
Beach.
I'm
I
gonna
love
stay.
that place. Mission Beach. I had an aunt and uncle that had a house down there right on Mission Bay.
Yeah.
So I'd surf the jetties all the time right there.
And you talk
right
about
over by the
reggae,
harbor?
Pacific Beach, right? Pacific Beach is a huge fucking. It was then. I don't know if it is now. It seemed that every other bar there was a reggae band playing.
Yeah, I mean,
scene
more
down
or
there's
less.
huge.
More or less, yeah.
Totally.
Just, I mean, the music scene in general down there is just amazing. People, unlike Orange County, not to knock it because I'm from here, but fucking music here.
I'm glad from Orange County too. You can knock it.
The music scene here kind of fucking sucks unless it's like someone playing the same beat over and over again, taking ecstasy or some shit. Then no one wants to do it. You go down to San Diego or up to even LA, and people want to go watch live bands. They'll walk by, hear some good music, and they're like, "Oh shit, I'll pay $5, $10 to go listen to something good."
There's a lot of good bands in San Diego right now.
Oh, amazing bands coming out. Of
But
San
I
Diego.
disagree with you because I think Orange County, the music scene in Orange County is fucking great. You can go.
The punk scene. For punk it is.
punk
Well,
scene,
no,
it's
there's a
always
lot
been-
of
Punk's-
diversity.
yeah.
The Observatory's been doing a lot of diversity.
Been a lot
over
of
there.
hip hop too.
You know,
Yeah, they
I
do a
mean,
lot.
shit, they've been
But
having
the
a lot
stuff
of.
that Dutchy and I see a lot is the punk scene. The
I
punk
mean, they
scene is
had
thriving. Yeah.
Ghost there last year. You know, playing outside. You know, they're really trying to just expand their whole deal.
Oh,
the
they'll have a
festivals
punk
they
show
do,
till
know,
10
I
o'clock,
mean,
and they'll start a hip hop show
Yeah.
at 10:45.
You know?
Yeah, as everybody's leaving, I've seen the
Like this
come
month,
and go.
I was like, fuck, I wanted to go see the Far Side for $5, you know, and minus the Bears playing there and Quicksand
At the observatory.
at the Observatory. I'm like, fuck, dude, this is gonna be a good month.
Yeah, I got I got a ticket in that UK Subs album hanging on the wall. Same
Nice.
thing at the observatory on a Sunday afternoon 2 years ago. Lower class brats, UK Subs, $5.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they have good
Yeah,
shows there sometimes.
they
yeah,
have
with-
really
yeah,
good shows there.
With the
I know,
prices.
Rancid just played there. What, like a couple of months ago? Maybe
Was that the
5
big festival?
No, it was just.
It
they
was a
were
weekend
playing-
of punk rock bowling.
they
Oh, okay.
yeah,
They
and
do that
sold,
shit,
They
though.
sold out within like an hour.
Yeah, they do
For
that shit.
$5, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll book bands and they won't tell you until like the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They did that.
exactly.
Did you
Like
sell
I like Band of Horses also, and found out like the night of, and got up out of bed at 9. And
That's how they pack it, though.
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they're doing well and kind of put House of Blues out of business. You know,
Yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah, Dutchy doesn't want to talk about House
I
of
know
Blues.
you had experience.
Yeah, I had
A couple, not just one. He had
Yeah.
multiple.
3 in a row.
Do we want to
What
go
is it-
there?
what was
or-
that, Kyle?
I'm kind of interested now, actually.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind talking about it. I mean, the first time was opening night. The opening night of the new one
Yeah,
was Social
okay.
Distortion. It was way over fucking sold. You couldn't get anywhere in the place. You couldn't get a beer, and then fucking security's pushing every fucker around. And it happens, something's going on up above. That was that night.
That was the first
Right?
one.
So security shines a light up top, and he's standing next to me, so some fucker drops a fucking full pint. Unfortunately, I got the fucking full pint, right? And I went off on security that night. The second time I went was 2 weeks later for Billy
Billy
Idol,
Idol. Yeah, we were
which
at
was
that one.
even fucking worse. The first night, none of the machines were working. It was cash only.
It was way overpacked.
It was a fucking
Billy Idol.
nightmare.
Way overpacked.
The second time it was Billy Idol, and the same security came
Oversold.
up to me and said, "Oh man, I'm sorry about what happened last time. Are you okay tonight?" I'm like, "Fuck no, I'm not okay. I can't even get in the fucking venue. I can't get
Oversold.
in."
Yeah.
I said, if I called the fucking cops now, you'd be shut down. He said, hang on a second. Let me open the other room. There's a little side room there. So they opened it up and put bartenders behind it, turned the big screen on and go, there you go. I don't want to fucking see him on telly.
So lame, yeah.
You
Fuck off.
paid for a ticket.
And I said, no, fuck this. This is bullshit. And he said, I'll tell you what, I'll get you upstairs, VIP.
Perfect.
No, it's fucking not.
Go,
Go upstairs and see if you can even see the fucking stage. You cannot see the stage because
just like the old
they've
one.
got private booths all the way around
Who designed
that
bullshit?
blocks the stage if you're sat back that are full of people who've paid $2,000
Yeah,
for their
lots of money.
right? And then they've got these fucking pillars and posts and piers and you fucking name it. I'm like, well, this is fucking ridiculous. Then I went to see Dead Kennedys trying to do trying to jump on the stage, got dragged off by security and then slammed to the concrete outside
one-
and knocked unconscious.
That one was your doing.
So apart from that,
3 times the charm.
I'm going to buy a membership there.
Yes, Dutchie's not a fan. Not a fan.
yeah.
Going to see Pennywise there, though.
Yeah.
Are you? You're gonna try for it. You're going for a 4th time.
Yeah.
You better wear a body cam.
I'm going to... Someone's going to walk around
Or
10 yards behind me.
Helmet with a body cam.
We're going to get...
Elbow pads.
This time we're going to get these fuckers on film. I don't mind if they kick my ass. Just get it on film.
Yeah,
That'll
you
be
better
the
have
new
Brenda
episode.
Bieber better be wearing a body cam so she can watch
Exactly,
you.
yeah.
Yep. Have her at Facebook Live the whole time, right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just saw Pop Tone there. That was interesting.
Yeah?
Pop Tone, the guys from Bauhaus and Love and Rockets.
No, I don't. I mean, I know the band.
That's
but I
that's
don't-
a new project,
yeah,
right?
it's a
Yeah.
new, but they do all Love and Rockets and Bauhaus and shit like that. It was fucking good, man.
And the new one.
Yeah.
What do you think of the venue?
From the floor where you weren't, you can see pretty good, damn good everywhere where you didn't get to.
No, I got there for Social D.
Oh, for
right?
social
No,
D.
in the
okay.
end, I got in there, but
Okay.
I mean,
well, and Dead Kennedys too. You got thrown out for
Yeah.
jumping on stage. Yeah, I liked it. You can work your way up there. That's
to me, it's just not a house. One of my favorite venues was the House of Blues on Sunset.
That was
Yeah.
that one has.
Oh,
but,
yeah, well,
but see, that
dude,
one has a good
and-
vibe, and I heard
and-
because that one has actual
That
things
one-
in there that have.
But you
energy
can't-
and
Yeah,
stuff,
no, I
so.
get it. I get it.
so
I'm
why
just
put
saying,
the name on it? Why
for a
put the name?
kid-
Because it's not a House of Blues.
For a
It's-
kid, you learn how to get through the crowd to get to that fucking front barrier. You do the in-between hand thing where you're pushing people apart, and that becomes the whole adventure. You're separating people to work your way to the front.
Yeah, my trick
You
is
know,
I
that's-
hold my beer up over people's heads, like in front of me, so they like just move out of the way.
I'm a
so they
girl,
don't get
so I
spilled
just do
on.
I hold my beer up
Well-
like that, but it's not over anyone's head. That's it.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, to me, the House of Blues is a certain type of venue, and all they've done there is build a new corporate fucking thing.
Yeah.
Put their name.
It
on
lost
it,
the
and-
energy. It doesn't have the same energy that the other ones
That's
had,
what
yeah.
I say. Yeah. Fuck it. I'll go to the Greek any day rather than the House of Blues.
Greek on Saturday.
I just
Oh,
went to
man.
the Fonda Theater. That was a beautiful
And
place.
Yes,
the will
that's nice.
turn.
The Will Turn's
some
Will
great
Turn's
places.
nice.
You know?
Yes.
Did you ever get to play any of those places?
We will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been.
With Core 10.
Yeah, with Core 10, things have been picking up quite exponentially, and we're playing the Garden Amphitheater with Dima.
Where's that at? That's
It's
the.
where they have the Strawberry Festival in Garden Grove. It holds like
That's the new
6
one,
to-
right?
yeah,
They're
it's
having the
cool.
big Halloween
it's like
thing
a
there?
Mini, it's like a mini Irvine Meadows.
It's been there for years. It's just they just revamped it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Been there
okay.
for 20 years.
and it's got that
It just
stadium
sat
seating,
there.
but everything's close.
Oh, cool.
That's the cool thing about it.
You were just about to say how many it held. What kind of?
I think what is it, Chris? 5 to 8.
It has 554 seats, but they can sell because there's a orchestra area and then like
Like
the
a
lawn
mini
area.
Irvine Meadows.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like a teeny little Irvine Meadows.
Yeah, they're gonna have a bunch of vendors. I think we got Paps on board to be our sponsor.
When is this?
It's November 18th. It's a Saturday.
And you're definitely playing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Make,
cool.
make, make
That's
sure and
what
keep in
Core
touch
10
with
direct,
us.
we're direct support.
For Edema, we might be playing with them at that. We just got a
That's
Trashing House of
a
Blues.
big band.
House of Blues in San Diego. We're going to be doing direct support too.
And we might be playing
Son of a
Vegas
bitch.
and Arizona with them.
I love the House of Blues in San Diego. I think it's
Oh, yeah?
the best one of all of them.
That's what I heard.
I haven't
It's
been to that
it's an
one yet.
older
You
I've
go
never
down
been.
the
right?
stairs, look to the left. And
I've
it's
never
Oh,
been
so
to
it
that
still
one.
has that same vibe as the other
Yeah.
one then. Okay, yeah.
It's all old wood.
You mean it has some soul?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the Anaheim one has no soul. It's
No.
all corporate. You can just feel it when you walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
It
love little
tastes perfect,
places like
too.
that, and it's tiny. It's smaller than the one that was on the Sunset.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a great fucking sound as well.
Well, they said Anaheim, the original one was 1,300, but it was like 700, and like the other 500 was the patio.
Well, the original one wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't mind the original one. It was cool.
But
It was cool.
No,
It still
I've
had
been
a cool
there.
vibe.
I've been there a few times though, and they oversold it, and they
Oh.
wouldn't let you down below, so you'd be stuck on that
I was
patio
only there like once or twice.
at the bar
so-
watching it on the TV screen,
Oh yeah.
and you paid like $25 for a ticket. That's lame.
Nah, both times I was right in front of the stage. That was good.
Yeah, me too. I was always on that balcony little thing overlooking. Yeah. Got to get to know the security people. Hey, you remember me? I was here.
They know
then.
Dutchy.
Yeah, no,
They know Dutchy too well.
that's not fair. Cat. I don't want them to know me this time. I wear glasses and shit.
You're listening to chaoticradio.com.
Grow a stash.
A
Yeah.
beautiful disaster. Dutchy the Punk DJ, myself, Cat Monroe, Kyle back there in sound, and we have Core 10 and Low Budget. And
Well, we got to go to commercial, right? So, and I know that we haven't got your album's not out yet, so I don't have that much, right? So we're only going to play this just to play out the commercial, which we already
they have
played it.
some
but
live
I
stuff
do
when we get
fucking
back
like
there.
it.
They
Yeah,
have, yeah.
That's
I'm
right,
looking
yeah.
forward to that.
We have
I
the
am
new
looking
single
for-
from
yeah.
Core 10 though. That's on the.
Oh, that's true.
Unforgotten.
Unforgotten.
I'm going to play that when we come back.
Okay,
Don't want to waste it all in the first hour.
Perfect.
KRadio.com.
Beautiful disaster.
And I do like this.
It's got that full-
We'll be right back.
It's got the
Hey, Missy, did you miss me? I didn't mean to call you last night. So, Missy, pour me that whiskey. Forget about your worries and your pride. Surprise, surprise that I'm not surprised that when I called you were by my side. Hey, Missy, I knew you missed me. Drinks were drank and songs were sung. When I came over, I had some fun. Yeah, Missy, I knew you missed me. Apologies we never keep. Just last week I had you down on your knees. It's not you and me. And I don't know what I'm doing here again. I must be out of my mind. I'm out of my mind. Hey, Missy, did you miss me? I didn't mean to call you last night. So, Missy, pour me that whiskey. Forget about your worries and your pride. 4 shots down, hit the town. When morning comes, sorrows will drown. Hey, Missy, I knew you missed me. Tomorrow's here, so I'll need some beer. One phone call, I'm living in fear. Hey, Missy, I knew you missed me. Apologies we never keep. Just last week I had you down on your knees. It's not you and me. And I don't know what I'm doing here again. I must be out of my mind. I'm out of my mind. Hey, Missy. But now my girl's home and I've gotta get my story straight. One more night like this and I'm bound to catch that shitty fate. Murders, was a hell of a thing, but I pushed her too far then. A few more shots of whiskey, then you had to go and kiss me. Why do I do everything to self-destruct? I can't go on living this way no more. Hey, Missy, did you miss me? I didn't mean to call you last night. So, Missy, pour me that whiskey. Forget about your worries and your pride. Hey, Missy, why did you kiss me? You're out of your mind, and I'm out of my head tonight.
I remember when you were down and you needed a helping hand. I came to feed you, but now that I need you, you won't give me a second glance. Now I'm calling on citizens from all over the world. This is Captain America calling. I bailed you out when you were down on your knees, so will you catch me now? I'm falling. Help me now, I'm calling you. Catch me now, I'm falling. I'm in your hands, it's up to you. Catch me now, I'm falling. I remember when you were down, you would always come running to me. I never denied you, and I would guide you through all of your difficulties. Now I'm calling on citizens from all over the world. This is Captain America calling. I built you up when you were down on your knees, so will you catch me now? I'm falling. Help me now, I'm calling you. Catch me now, I'm falling. I'm in your hands, it's up to you. Catch me now, I'm falling. When you would come to me, and I would always pull you around. Now I call your office on the telephone, and your secretary tells me that she's sorry, but you've been out of town. This is Captain America calling. This is Captain America.
Singing along isn't just accepted,
It's encouraged.
encouraged. Just not too loud.
Thank you for your cooperation.
chaoticradio.com.
Welcome back to A Beautiful Disaster. Sorry. With Dutchie, the legendary punk DJ, myself, Cat Monroe, Kyle back there in Soundcore 10, and Low Budget Live in studio.
What up, boys? You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, this is fun.
Having a great time.
I'm loving the music. I am.
Cool.
You enjoying your beers as well, yeah?
Ah, see,
On cue,
there
on
we
cue.
go. There we go.
Well,
That's how
because
it
to me,
is.
that's what the first time I came on a show on Chaotic, I was nothing to do with Chaotic, and got invited on a show called Under the Covers with Mark, which was local bands that were cover bands. And I came in and I was fucking wasted when I got in. It was 7 o'clock at night, and we'd been watching fucking soccer by the pool all day, me and two of the guys from the band, and we just didn't stop fucking swearing. Like, and we didn't stop saying, cunt, you're a cunt.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole fucking show. And we played, I don't know, 4 or 5 songs live, like full-blown punk versions of them. We had an electric drum kit in the corner, and just drinking like fucking fish. And it felt fucking hell, we've been on a fucking radio show. How cool is that? And then he replayed it, and he went, count how many times you say that.
That's the new
That's
drinking game.
hilarious.
That's like, oh.
Yeah, we should pull that up and play that as a drinking game.
Look, we go on break and he's more relaxed.
It happens. I mean, I don't know.
I'm more relaxed.
I don't
so.
care what show we do.
I'm definitely more relaxed though.
The first half hour, I look at the guy, fucking hell, it's only 4:25, and then boom, it's 6
There
o'clock.
we go. There's
We're
another
fucking
one.
done, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm interested to know where you've been in music before individually, because you know here we are. You ain't youngsters, are you?
No.
You know, you're not 20-year-olds, are you?
No.
Yeah, no, I'm
Fuck off.
17.
You're not 7. You look young, but you're not 7.
Plus some. Plus a lot.
But I mean, first band and shit. I mean, it is what I like. You've been in bands that get fighting and get fucked up and drunk and arrested and shit. That's the stuff I like.
That she likes the dirty stories.
Come on, we're fucking punk bands. We're
shit,
fucking
sorry.
metal bands, you know?
Are we
I
doing
mean,
this?
yeah, we're fucking doing
It's a
this.
radio.
We don't have another 3 or 4 hours, do we?
Whose shit did you steal?
Oh man, who shit didn't we steal? It's music. I swear we would come out from some shows and shit, and I swear they just gave it to me. Yeah, they gave it to you. Okay, he's like using it as a crutch to get out of the
What's
fucking
it?
club.
Guitar.
Guitar, mic
Fucking hell, Cat,
stands,
come on.
mics, chords.
Anything that could go under your arm,
In
right?
the younger days, though, nowadays, I'm like, I had a couple of shits, like a couple of guitars stolen from me. and
Oh,
I'm
you
like-
had karma.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you learned.
And now I'm like,
came around and bit you
nah.
in the butt.
But I mean, my stuff's like locked up next to me all the time. I'm like, try it, motherfucker.
Tethered to your body.
I wish a motherfucker would.
What's the best thing you've stolen?
The best thing I've stolen, a virginity. No,
And hey, and she was out,
Yeah,
and
this is like a whole like a turn. From
And she was
before
out
the break
past her
with him.
curfew.
Yeah, oh, Dutchie. Ah.
Damn.
We passed the 420 spot. It's all happy now.
Better get that deleted.
Funny how that works, huh?
Funny how that works.
hey,
Hey, since it's a
keep
radio
that
show,
beer
can I
coming.
smoke in
Just
there?
keep it fucking coming.
Yeah, he wants to know since it's reggae if he can smoke back there.
You
Do I
can
gotta
smoke.
go outside to
Yeah,
do it?
come on. You know that. Come on. Come on. There's certain rules in here that can't be
You gotta
broken.
follow the
He's
rules.
like, too late.
So no, seriously, what's the best thing you've stolen?
Me, not so much.
Don't be
But-
scared. Is your mum and dad listening to what?
I mean, yeah, they are. I've been holding back a little bit, but I've
This
watched.
guy's all shy. There.
I've
I'm not
watched.
gonna tell you.
I've watched my drummer walk out with literally a floor tom, a mounted tom, and a whole cymbal kit.
Wow.
Damn.
That's
Yeah.
fucking.
He's
just
like, I thought it was mine. I'm like, yeah,
just
fucking
wrong.
right. Your shit's not that good.
stealing another musician's stuff.
That's
Fuck
fucked up,
you know.
right? That's fucked
Yeah,
up. I've
it is.
never-
Lucky it was not you.
Listen to Guitar Center.
yeah. They have insurance for that shit. So
The worst thing that ever happened with me is I accidentally took the wrong bass head. We had the
Oh,
same.
no.
We had the same, like SBK.
he upgraded. He upgraded.
No, just gonna say, as long as it's an upgrade,
No,
you're
I
good.
didn't. It was a downgrade. I opened the thing up to go to practice. I'm going, what the fuck is this?
You didn't realize till it was time to practice, and he didn't realize either.
No, because it had been like, a couple days after a show. We both had the same case, the same rack mount case.
And in a dark club, it's hard to tell if you
Yeah,
have the same thing.
I
Yeah.
grabbed one, he grabbed one, whatever. We went home, and I'm like, fuck. I got to get a hold of that guy from the other band.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he's not answering his phone. He's like, "Nah, if I upgraded,
he got an upgrade.
Who?
I was bad as a kid, but not as an adult. When I was a kid, it was a challenge.
I used to think I was Superman. I could get away with anything.
I got away with
anything.
a slave amp on a scooter. Right.
On a scooter.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I ran the fucking cord over and it popped out.
No.
Fucked it all up.
Wow.
Couldn't use it.
See, that's what happened.
But it was great just to run out and jump on and balance it on your fucking gas tank and then go down the street and then it fell down and boom and off it went. It's like, fuck! And then we pull over and we're laughing like fuck, you know. It's like, wow, but we did it. It doesn't matter if it fucking works.
You still got
You
the
said
thrill
you
of
do
the
it and you did it.
He's got his Dougie's outfit on.
Oh God, that's terrible.
It's life in the fucking punk rock industry.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
You know, I mean, it
is.
was back then, and
Well, things were
people
different
still
back
do it.
then,
You
yeah.
know,
It is for sure.
I mean, I blame people stealing my mics and their stands, but I'm just so fucked up. Come the end of the night,
You
I
forget them, yeah.
I
you
mean,
forget them, and somebody else says, "Hey, look what I've
I've been in the
found."
band 4 years, and that's the fourth set. Then the one stand, I leave them here now.
One a year. You're at one a year.
Pretty much, and we only play twice a year. So.
Every other show.
Damn.
50% though.
One
Hey,
for
in the
one.
NBA, that's a good shooting average.
Well, now I'm an NBA player then, right there. That's here now. But no, I mean, to me, the industry, the genre, now, reggae bands, probably a lot fucking nicer.
You'd be surprised because a lot of them cross over from punk, like we did. Like, and then you go in.
Is there a lot of reggae bands crossover? with
There's
punk?
a lot of like start off punk, and then they go into like I think they try to do like a full transformation, and I think they try to get a little too rootsy and stuff.
Well, Kyle's got, I mean, in the break, we were talking a little bit, you know, because we were playing your song again. And he said, how long? I said, I don't know, but, you know, we know when it finishes. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to let it play the whole way through. And he
you for
said,
that.
you know, and he's like, well, the crossover was, what's the reason behind reggae music? And why is there such a relationship between reggae and punk? I thought he was going to actually say something, but he's just going to fucking drink.
Well, because his band actually does reggae and punk.
I mean, honestly, do you think it was the starting? It was basically Bad Brains, don't you think?
It
There's
was.
a lot
I
of
think
it.
so.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it mixed too, because like, I think ska started here in America, and then it went over. No, actually, I think it was
No, it started-
reggae.
I think it
started
was more in
here,
Jamaica.
And then
Yeah.
ska started
Like
ska
dancehall, you
started
think,
over there
maybe?
because they tried
Dancehall,
to
maybe
I
more
don't know.
so.
What's
Ska and reggae put together.
something?
Something.
It was some fucking
Well,
documentary. and I got
reggae
it
was
all mixed
originally
up.
called ska in the 50s
It
in
was.
Jamaica. Yeah.
They tried to play it, sped it up, or they slowed it down, and then
Give him another beer.
it was like,
Yeah, jeez.
Because I want to know. This is a good story. I'm enjoying this.
I'm just trying to remember, but like sometimes I talk while I'm trying to remember, and it doesn't work out so well.
Not so much.
One of the bonds I think reggae has with the punk rock scene is that they're both founded in like a rebellion sense.
Yeah, and they all have a message like to help at least
Same thing with metal.
help
I
people
mean,
come together, rise up against.
So you're
Like an
calling, you're saying it's
establishment.
music of purpose,
Yeah.
intent.
When you go into the reggae, I mean, I've only got the one song of yours, right? So I can't, you know, I like to listen to a whole album before I go, well, this is where this band's mentally from, you know? Is it a rebellion band? Is it a fucking happy band? Is it some guy who's, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about in general, you know?
I think that's the reason why we're calling it the perfect storm. Is it's a little bit of everything. It's like fuck you to exes, fuck you to some establishment, also some making fun of your drunk friends
And relaxing
like,
all at the same time. right?
Yeah, exactly.
Some of
No
it's-
fucks given.
While apologizing to his mother.
Yeah, Mom, I love you.
Behind you, too. Yeah.
I didn't steal it. It was the drummer.
Right.
I
Just to
put it off
remind
on
you.
him. I didn't play drums in that band, so we're good.
Awesome.
But violence, right? Violence at shows that you were at, that you did, that you played, right? That's
So,
what I
so
want
who
for-
told you about what? No.
Well, I don't see that with low budget. Not really, huh? Probably with Core 10.
It's pretty mellow.
Well, when you play with the punk bands too, they get riled up and do their thing.
But Core 10's intense. So you think that might not really?
Yeah, it's just about halfway through the set. Yeah, it gets pretty rowdy.
Yeah.
Do you go out to other shows? Do you like big shows when metal bands, hardcore bands, and that, and go there?
I'm into everything. I go for anything from reggae stuff to metal stuff. I go watch indie bands. I go anything really.
Big venues, small venues, or everything.
Everything. Yeah.
So
I don't like to admit it, but I like a little bit of country too. Like nothing.
No one
not
likes
the
to
poppy
admit that, do they,
country,
really?
but like the old
Hank
rebel
Williams,
country.
Hank Williams III.
Yeah.
What's the deal with Hank
Cash.
Williams III? He's not even country, is he? He's just a fucking using the name of the two before and be a lunatic.
Yeah,
Right? I mean, people love him. I can't comment on it, but I've heard, oh, yeah, he's a fucking lunatic. He does this, he fucking does that. I don't know.
Metal country. I think he kind of went in and just saw how poppy the country scene was getting, and was just like, there's his middle finger to it. He's like, fuck this. This isn't what I signed up for. He went in for like the Johnny Cash, that kind of country, and then saw that that's not what it was about. So he just was writing a bunch of stuff about like, fuck the country scene right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't personally at the show, but my old guitar player. It was at the Doll Hut, probably late '90s. He had played there. He played his set.
Which band?
Hank Williams III.
Oh, okay.
And he played his set, his country set. They're all wearing like their button-up shirts and their cowboy hats, their long hair pulled back, and there's
The uniform.
Yeah, and there was, and they played a cool set, whatever, like rebel, old school country. And he's like, "What the hell? Who's next?" It was like some death metal band that was playing after him. They all walked up to their car, took their shirts off, put white beaters on, took their hair down. Same guys all came
Are
back
you
in.
serious? They had a uniform change.
And they came in and played a death metal set.
Hey, that's how to get
Same
paid,
band.
though. That's how
Oh,
to
really?
get
It
paid.
was the same band.
That's how to get paid. Play 2 sets on the same show.
It just
Yeah. No, don't do it at the Doll
That way
Hut.
they keep all the money, right?
it just freaked everybody out. They're like, "Oh, who are these?
That
Why
would be
the hell would they
weird.
book a metal band with?"
Because it was the same guy.
It was the same guys.
That's cool, though. I
Yeah.
like that.
That's pretty punk rock.
That is pretty fucking right. Actually, yeah.
Packaged in 2 different boxes.
I wonder if the
Well, that's
bands-
what you fuckers are doing right now,
I mean-
right? I mean,
Yeah.
apart from the uniform change, right? I got 2 bands sitting in front of me,
And
Yeah.
one's like a metal and one's a reggae.
right? And I gave up trying to go. What fucking band are we talking about? I know from the genre, right? But it's like we were going to talk about. Low Budget was going to come on first, and then fucking Core 10 was going to come. Fuck that.
It's chaotic radio.
I'm drinking and I don't know, and I guarantee you he fucking has no clue. He doesn't even know if he's in 2 bands. Are you in 2 bands?
I don't even know where I am right now.
That's what I thought. But now he just joined. Hey,
Yeah.
talking about that, fuck it. Play us a song.
Tambourine player.
Yeah. we
Grab
wanna
your
hear some-
guitars.
I'm gonna go
Woo-hoo.
live on Facebook with this one.
Go grab your shit. I haven't played. What was it? I haven't played Unforgotten.
Yeah, the quartet.
That's the
The Core 10 song.
That's the new Core 10 single.
It's just harder,
And
Judge.
video.
It's harder than the reggae. I like it though. It's good.
Thanks.
It's intense. It's I've seen them live and they're pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen. What?
Becky introduced me to him. We saw him at the Slide Bar.
Well, it's got intent behind it. It's for it's to bring awareness to homeless veterans, families, and children.
Oh, the song?
That's what the song's about. Yeah, it's about.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, the video, we released a video a couple of weeks ago. It's up
Is
on
it
YouTube.
on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on
okay,
YouTube.
I'll find it later, or if you can share it with me, or maybe Erica can share it with me, and then
Okay.
I'll post it.
Who's singing on this?
It's going to be me.
All
Wait,
right,
so we're
make
gonna have-
make
we're
sure
gonna have
you
the-
get your fucking drunk mouth up on our microphone.
You hear top string?
So we're gonna hear Low Budget.
Want me to put this on this?
Wait, he's got it. Okay, so what song are we gonna hear from Low Budget?
Yeah, Chris, what song are we going to hear from Low Budget?
Let's do, want to do Wasting Time? Or?
That brand new
That's
one.
what we're doing right now. Yeah, we'll do Wasting Time.
The brand new one that he wanted to hear, the punky one.
Oh, so you want to do?
Oh yeah, you don't have that one recorded. Thank
Sorry
you.
to put you
Thank
on the
Sean.
spot, but you know.
It'd be kind of weird doing acoustic, but you can.
Why not?
You want to try it? I mean, the lyrics aren't all the way done, but we'll.
It's not the biggest decision in the
Like
world.
a
Just
freestyle.
fucking do it.
Let's do Wasting Time first. Warm up.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Ready? She said she wanted all my love. She said she wanted it all today.
Said that this was rough, said that she can't live this way. And now I see her lies and all that I despise. Well, heaven comes and heaven goes. Always don't know why I am here still. I can go on like this. I don't want to waste my time being your fool. I can never spend my time playing it cool. I don't want to waste my time being your fool. I can never spend my time alone with you. Stop this train, I'm leaving. Stop that train, I'm leaving. All those words you put in my ear, I promised them not to hear. I don't care, I don't care. Don't know why I am here still. I can go on like this. I don't want to waste my time being your fool. I can never spend my time playing it cool. I don't want to waste my time being your fool. I can never spend my time alone with you. That song is wasting
That is
time.
awesome.
That song
That
is wasting time.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good stuff. Yeah.
you so much.
I'm holding my phone, otherwise I clap. Yeah, there we go. There we go. You want to do one more while I
Fuck
have you
yeah.
on Facebook
Yeah,
Live?
do
Let's
it.
do another one. They're loving it. We have lots
I
of watchers
fucking,
right now.
I fucking love it.
And Becky,
I mean,
Becky Gold says hi, by the way.
Hi, Becky.
BG.
So this one, we were recording it in the old drummer's house, and I couldn't find the course that I wanted for it, and it was playing the stuff that we recorded alongside the special song, so we kind of jacked their course or revamped it. It's a mashup. It's a tribute.
But naked in the middle of the street is where I found myself. Not a dollar or two just to buy a little booze, but who knows? I thought that you might lend me something. I thought that you might actually care, but now I realize that I've been here before. I'm not trying to knock down your door, so I made a mistake. Too little, too late to fix what you did was wrong. And now I'm stuck in this holding cell, but naked and all alone. A message to you, Rudy. A message to you. Stop your messing around. Better think of your future. Time to straighten right out. You wind up but now I've got the 9 to 5 and I'm trying to fly straight. But I got the monkey on my back and I think that I might relapse, cause one more drink turn into another. No, don't tell my PO, cause I'm not trying to go to AA. That shit's for quitters. I'm not a quitter. A message to you, Rudy. A message to you. Stop your messing around. Better think of your future. I see up and coming, hit the ground running. You better look at yourself in the mirror. You try to live your life, you don't take advice. You better see things clearer. Better think of your future. Time to straighten right out. Better think of your future, or you'll wind up in jail. A message to you, Rudy. A message to you. Thank you guys.
That was awesome.
Couple of beers and I can play this fiddle. No, I'm kidding.
Smoke them if you got it.
That was super fantastic.
I'm gonna have you before you leave. You're gonna play at least one more because I fucking love it. I love how the bands come in here and play an acoustic,
You know,
and a lot of them go, "Well, we haven't really. Is it we can't do the punk one?" And you go, "Fuck yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want, dude."
I went live
You
on
know?
Facebook with this, like I do with a lot of our things, and they got the most out of any band that we've had here live watching.
3?
No, there was a lot. It was a lot
There was
more
4.
than. No, it was in the double digits.
Sold.
We
Double
never
digits?
we never have double digits watching the live video at once.
Once we had 1,500.
No, on the live on
I'm just
on
kidding. Don't get all fucking mad with me, Kat.
I just got excited. Like, wow,
Slow
people are
down.
watching.
Hi, Facebook.
Yep.
No, good shit. There's 3 of you in the band when you, as a live band.
Yes.
Yes, the drummer's not here.
Yeah,
He's,
where is he, by the way?
Don't know.
Don't know. Yeah, well, that's
Was he due to come and he just didn't show,
He's drinking Corona Light somewhere.
right.
Ah, okay.
as opposed to Tecate Light?
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that no? Is that light beer?
Yeah.
Is that why? Do
Oh,
we,
that's why it's blue.
Yep.
is that the 'cause
Blue.
diets and stuff like that?
Here we
I
go.
don't look like I'm in a diet.
Well, I don't know. You may have been 50 pounds heavier a month ago, and you may be on the way down.
yeah.
I doubt it, but
And it's all thanks to light beer.
Light beer.
I mean, it's all because of that. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'll drink
It
whatever's
actually tastes a
put in
little better
front
than
of me.
regular Tecate. That's why I like it.
Me too. I agree.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's now you've finished the album, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking low budgets. Finished the album. Core 10. What about you? As I'm going to go back to you guys.
Okay.
Core 10. What have you done as far as recording?
We're doing a single at a time right now with producer Ulrich Wild, and it's that's what we're doing.
And now a single at a time. Why not an album?
Well, we will be doing the album, but right now we're just kind of using this as a launch pad, single at a time, and
Now, how long you been together?
talking with labels.
9 months.
Yep.
That's
all.
it?
Yeah.
And I say
I
that
thought it was
because
longer. So when I saw you guys back at Fullerton,
We're brand new.
Yeah,
Wow.
That was
Brand,
our
brand.
third show.
Oh yeah.
that's impressive. Sorry, Dutch, I cut you off, but that was
That's
really
all right.
impressive when I saw them.
I'm used to it.
I thought you guys were. I thought you are actually.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun, you know. It's just when you get up with a bunch of guys that you can just create, and it just keeps
And
happening
two of
and
you
happening
sing,
and
right?
happening. Yeah, it just keeps happening and happening. It's fun. You don't want to stop.
6 members in the band. We have David Silvera, ex-Korn drummer, founding member.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Ronnie King, who has played with
The Offspring, No Effects, Pennywise, Rancid. If you think about Hit That, bam, 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 that's him. But he's also the keyboard player on a lot of Tupac stuff and Snoop.
Yeah, he
was managed by Jerry Heller.
so very, very established musicians.
Yeah, Punks and Thugs was his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his thing. That's,
That's
gonna
a
be
good thing to have. Though.
That's his book.
I mean, 'cause essentially,
he's doing a book about his
they're
whole
right
history.
there.
Yeah, Punks and Thugs. Good
A-
stuff.
A lot of the, and again, I go back to the reason I originally asked the question, a single at a time. We've had bands in there that say they want to do this and they want to do that, and they go, "Well, where's your music? You've been together 6 fucking years and you've got 1 album."
Oh yeah, or 4 songs.
Yeah.
Or
What was it? 6 songs that it is. Band had
yeah,
like 6
and you know,
songs?
every
What the
band's
hell
got
is that?
every band's got their own reasons, and then I found out this big time last week. Who was the bands in last week, Kat, that we were talking
I
about?
don't even remember.
And they were on tour. Come on, the Zero, the Teeth people.
I don't remember.
Come on, the
Who did
Teeth
we have
people.
on last week?
I want to know who the Teeth people are.
I can't. I had to
I think it's 0 teeth.
I'm gonna
I
get
had-
in trouble with that band next
I
time I
had
see
no. I
them.
had
You can't remember last
acid
week.
teeth. Acid teeth.
Acid
Yes.
Teeth. See?
Okay, I've had 3 shows and probably 4 all kinds of shows since then. So you know. too many bands.
So I could tell when I said to one of them, well, you know what? You're doing all these extensive fucking tours. They were on tour, right?
Yeah, they're always on tour.
But you got no fucking music that we can listen to.
That's
right?
not good.
To
And they're like, well,
purchase or buy.
you know, we want a tour so people get to see us. I'm like, yeah, but if I get to see you,
You have to
and
leave
I
something
can't
behind.
fucking buy your CD,
Exactly.
I'm gonna forget about you by the time you come back a year from
They
now.
are a badass band live,
You know?
though. They're amazing live. gotta
And
say
I
that.
could see one of the guys, and at the end of the show, he said, "See, I told you that's what you fucking do." You know, they've got the music to do it, but they haven't got it recorded.
They have
and-
one CD, but it has 4 songs.
Right, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
No, well, that's what we're doing. We're gonna keep doing singles at a time.
But you're
So-
9 months in, so there's a big
9
fucking
months-
difference, you know.
Yeah.
Right, but
Well, we want to do it right.
We're
We have some huge producers involved. We're
I mean,
starting.
what are we at? 13 songs right now, something like that.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
have a lot of shit written, but it's just not.
You know, we're just
recorded.
picking and choosing what we want to record and refining. You
Yeah.
know?
But I imagine from listening to the you got 6 guys in the band,
Yep.
right, and who they are, that you're a powerful and fucking
It is.
loud ass. Fucking
Yeah, we're a
band.
live band.
Watching
Yeah.
it
Fucking
live,
live. We don't fuck around.
everybody
Nah, it doesn't
dances,
sound like
everybody gets into it, and the energy is
Like-
amazing. Yeah, it's
Like
great.
I love Zombie and Danzig.
It's totally
and,
zombie-ish, yeah.
And a little bit of Maynard in there for the high end clean stuff. So I just kind of like do the stylist thing, you know. But it just becomes what I do.
Yeah.
You know, we all have influences, whether you want to, you know, say you do or you don't. But we all have influence, and regardless of how much you use their little nuances, it still becomes your own thing. You know, unless you outright steal or slight somebody,
Well, you know what? This I
like
don't,
Rudy.
Slight.
Where is he? Where's this Rudy?
it's difficult to
Borrowing.
steal.
Love that
Borrowing.
song, by the way, though, bro.
It's difficult to steal someone else's music when they've stolen it and the person before stole it. There's
Passed
only so
down.
many.
Well, yeah, you say Danzig,
Hand
that's
me down.
Elvis, Morrison, and Orbison. You know,
Orbison.
Roy Orbison.
You know, and the Beach Boys took Chuck Berry's fucking song
Yeah.
and wrote their own words over the top of it.
So how do you feel about the Cramps?
I've never really been into the Cramps.
Wow,
I
they
think
did-
you would
they-
like 'em.
They did some great surf horror punk. They really did.
I got to listen to them because
Well,
they
you-
recently got some.
If you heard
Yeah.
the right songs, you'd like them, Dutchie.
Yeah, they've got some great surf
I like
tunes.
But you know Chuck Berry, but he sang the same song 25 times. You
You're-
know, and slightly changed it.
You know,
that's rock and roll. That's music.
You know, you were talking about the Coach House, and I remember I would see their. You know, I'd always read their ticker calendar of who was playing. You know what I mean? And I'd see Ray Charles there all the time, and I never fucking went.
Willie Nelson would play there.
You know, I
as well,
never
too.
went, and that's what I'm going to say to everyone right now. If you have a chance to see someone you love, you better go.
100%.
You know,
Talk about
especially-
that. Talk about it all the time.
We've talked,
Especially
yeah, we
artists-
always talk about
especially
that.
artists
Always.
from the
Ever since
50s,
David Bowie.
50s and 60s.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
just dropping off like flies. You can still see Jerry Lee Lewis and guys like that, but they're not for much longer.
No,
You know, you get that chance, you better go.
Brian Wilson's one of them.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
You
Like,
know, he's
like I was telling you earlier, James Levesque from Agent Orange was my manager for a while, and he was a publicist, and he had Edgar Winter. You know, he had Edgar Winter, and then he had David Gillum from Deep Purple.
yeah.
So he ended up taking me to the Pacific Amphitheater where you're going, and I ended up seeing Blue Oyster Cult and Edgar Winter and Deep Purple sitting backstage talking with David from Deep Purple about him singing by himself. He doesn't use any backups. He's doing all that Deep Purple shit, just him, you know?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you a funny story. We were talking back there, and he said he got off the plane, and he was starving, and he said, I was so lucky because I ate a bunch of McDonald's and I almost shit myself on stage. That's a true story. He told me that. I was like, oh, all right, well, you know.
You asked me earlier. You were going on and doing the chaotic thing online, and you said Kaching Records. Kaching Records is the building next door.
Yeah, right next door.
And Charles, the owner of that, was
Little Richard's bass player.
Little Richard's bass player.
Amazing.
And then on top of that, he's got all these stories about all the different people he played
Oh,
with.
he's playing right now,
sure.
I think,
You know?
with people from Earth, Wind, and Fire. He was telling me
Oh,
about this
nice.
new band that he's in that just sounds like it's like some super band of all these
Yeah.
people. And
I
yeah.
can't
You're gonna
even
have to keep me
sleep at
posted
night
on
because
that.
Earth,
James-
Wind and Fire are playing next.
Well, James
Yeah,
James
well, I'm sure he
Brown's
can't
band.
sleep some nights because of you.
James Brown's band just got cleared to play those tunes.
Did they?
Yeah, that's like I was saying, my manager who passed away, he was representing them, and they had just gotten cleared to play those tunes.
But you go back, you're talking about what we were just talking about. If you get a fucking opportunity, don't say I'll see him the next time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Buy
just do
tickets
it.
to see him there. Who have you not seen that passed that you had a chance to, apart from Ray Charles?
Well, just
right?
recently in a more modern thing, I want to see Quicksand. You know, they're one of my favorite bands from New York. You know, Ray Charles is absolutely one of them. You know, you grow up, your parents save their singles, their 45s, you know, and you just spin them. You know, but I actually make the effort. I go. I saw the Ringo All-Stars, you know, and, you know, as close as I can get to seeing the Beatles, I go and see as much as I can. But I don't. Like I said, I get up the fuck out of bed and I go.
So who would you go and see? Who's alive now that you haven't seen that you put in that category that you go, fuck, the next time I gotta go?
If you're
all of you, any of you.
If you're a guitar player, go see Robbie Krieger. I got to open it for him at the observatory.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, direct support with
which
my old
band?
band. Solution.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we were doing a benefit, and it was him, and then Sedera played with us. What's the other band from Costa Mesa? Slime Kings. Open up the show. Slime Kings,
Kings
Sedera,
are another one of the homies.
Solution, Robbie Krieger.
I've heard of Slime Kings.
I mean,
That's
there's
good,
And then Chuck Negron from Three Dog Night headlined.
Yeah.
Well, there's others obvious ones
And they
too,
were
like
unbelievable.
Zeppelin. You like to go see, you know, Plant maybe if you've never seen him.
I'd say
Clapton. I'd love to see Clapton. You know,
See,
do some
Clapton just played
Birds.
last week, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he?
I
Yeah,
have
the
to do John Fogerty because Creedence is one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah,
and then
John
I'm gonna go
Fogerty would
over
be
here and
great.
look at this lady over here and say John Frusciante is my favorite guitarist of all time. It's her cousin, John
My
Frusciante.
wife-
Oh, okay.
That's your cousin?
Yeah.
What band is he in?
He was the original guitarist of Chili Peppers.
Not the
Oh, really?
original.
Yeah.
Not the original. He was after.
He was the one. He was
Halik.
the only one that's.
Yeah,
no,
Halik,
I'm
after
kidding.
Halik.
I love all of them
Halik
because I
died,
love
right?
the Chili
Yeah.
Peppers.
Halik
but,
died, and then
yeah.
John Frusciante came
He
in.
came in during Mother's Milk and like
Blood
the
Sugar.
big one, Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
During the peak. He was there during
Yeah.
the peak of it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who have you seen then that has died that other people go, oh, fuck you, lucky fucker?
Oh, that's
You know, and normally there's one person that I've seen that everyone goes, oh, you.
Think about it.
There's two now, but specifically one that I saw twice, and that was Freddie Mercury. I saw Queen.
Oh, wow.
I saw Queen twice.
You
live.
are a fucker.
yeah, whatever.
That's the thing I'm actually
he's-
jealous of, Dutchie. Yeah.
Whatever, Topper.
Yeah.
No, you know what?
I don't even want to say anything anymore because like,
I know, where'd
that's
you
like
go?
the,
I
the
would
Where you
king.
go with that?
I
Where
know
you
it's-
go?
I
And
know
I,
it's-
yeah, I know. I saw
I
him
was
just
gonna say
before
the
I saw
king, but
Bowie.
he's probably the queen.
I heard he's one of the best
Yeah,
performers.
right before Bowie. Yeah, fuck you very much.
Yeah. I mean,
The list is long and distinguished, gentlemen. but there's two that I haven't seen
We'll
that I
leave that
want to
there.
see, right? And people laugh at me, and that's Elton John and Rod Stewart. I haven't seen either of them, and they were kind of a huge part of my growing up.
Yeah.
You know,
go see
especially Rod Stewart.
I'd really like to go see the Stones. I've never seen the Stones.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I saw them
the
at the
Suns,
Rose
the
Bowl.
Suns were sick. I
awesome.
think AC/DC by far topped them by stage performance and everything. I got to see them at the Hollywood Bowl. Or not Hollywood Bowl, the Anaheim Pond, way off. But they had like three.
Yeah, a little
like,
bit of a
three
difference.
different-
The old memory bank's not quite where it should be right there.
Can I get another?
Here,
beer?
have another
No.
beer. Yeah.
There was like three different stages, and then like the protruding one that went off into like the middle of everyone. And I remember him going out, the singer going out to the middle, and then just everything went dark. A spotlight was on him, and he's running down with the spotlight on him, and everyone's screaming. I'm like, this guy's this old, and he's running in the dark. But I'm like, I was kind of worried for him.
This
and
could
then
be his last show.
yeah, jumps up, grabs onto a rope, and then it swings into a bell that wasn't there before it went dark. Hell's Bell started, and I just fucking lost my shit. I swear to God, I was screaming, jumping, and like everyone's like, sit down. I'm like, fucking stand up. This is AC fucking DC.
Fucking nothing pisses me off more.
Dude, yeah, tell me
than
to sit
going-
down.
Don't tell me to sit down.
I got in a fight. I almost got kicked out of Chris Isaac in a fight over someone.
You
trying to
can't
sit
get
down.
kicked out of Chris Isaac.
I can't.
Yeah, I know shit.
I can't.
And you should be sitting down.
No.
How boring is that fucker?
I had a beer poured down my back because I
Fucking
wouldn't-
right, I'd
but
have
he-
done the same
No, but
thing.
you know what he said?
I want to sleep.
They started getting all mad, and he said, "I see you guys are starting to sit up there because you're getting mad because they're shaking the masses. You should be smacking the masses." Then they pulled us down to the front.
Oh.
Man.
No, I don't care who
Well,
it is. I
that's
don't care.
warming.
You know what? You go to a concert, you go to a fucking concert.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta dance. You
I
gotta,
want
you
the
know.
energy. I want everything. I want the lights. I want my eardrums blown.
Especially
like-
when
And I was
people.
way in back. I wasn't even in the front.
I went to the Hollywood
Can't
Bowl
see 3-4
3-4 months ago to see Queen with Adam Lambert.
Okay.
And people told me to sit down, right? It's like, no, I'm not going to sit down.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Now, then,
Politely.
when they're 4 songs, the only 4 songs that they happen to fucking know because they're not real Queen fans come on and they want to stand up, we will fuck you. Don't you fucking dare stand up. Now it's okay to stand up,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it wasn't
you say
before
it's
because
okay.
you didn't know the
Exactly.
fucking song.
Yeah.
Bitches.
So one
Exactly.
concert a decade to go to.
Just saying. Fucking Adam Lambert. Jesus, Mary Jesus. What the fuck was I thinking?
Well, you went.
Just like the House of Blues, you can't take that one back.
Just because you're gay, you're not Freddie fucking Mercury.
You're listening to ChaoticRadio.com, a beautiful disaster. Dutchie, the legendary punk DJ, myself, Cat Monroe, Kyle back there in sound, Core 10, and Low Budget live in studio.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Unforgotten.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Because is this gonna fucking rip me apart? Is
Bring
this
you
gonna
to
be-
tears.
It is
Yeah?
Dutchie.
It's got some, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Got
tell you
some.
what, I was brought to tears on Sunday. On the
Yes,
show.
he was.
Sitting in
We
this
both
chair.
were, actually.
Well, then you're doing it right.
It wasn't me doing it right.
Well, it means something to you.
Yeah. You know
It
what?
was intense.
It was intense. John, right? John Easdale.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Right? Was fucking intense with
He's
with
one of the most
how he was
humble
singing.
people I've ever met.
And
ever.
he sang a song about America, and it just like fuck, you know. And I said to him, "You wrote that after Trump got in?" He's like, "No, I wrote it before. I saw it coming." But you know, that's what he was writing about.
Well, within this video that we just released, we put a lot of stats. 25% of all homeless men
I'm gonna have to look that video
have
up,
served
yeah.
their country. There's 600,000 homeless families every year, and that's just there.
Look at the Santa Ana riverbed.
And 1.3 million homeless children in the U.S. right now.
I hate driving by that
So
riverbed.
that's what it's about. We just wanted to have a cause to this first song and bring awareness. I lost my father from mesothelioma a couple years ago from his time in the Navy, but the VA kept him alive for me for 2 more years. So it means a lot to me.
Well, they helped my dad. My dad had Agent Orange from Vietnam, and they help with that too.
Yeah. So we're extremely supportive of the military.
I gotta make sure I get that
Anything
video
that
so
go
I
on.
can post it.
Thanks,
okay.
man. It's
Yeah.
a tough thing to talk about, yeah, but
Gonna make me cry in 2 fucking
Yeah, 2
shows
shows in a row. Wow, both of us. Give you a record.
Yeah.
ChaoticRadio.com. Unforgotten by Core 10.
In time, I'll teach you, kid of mine, to be strong as this life it can move on. But I'll keep you warm at night, and I'll keep you by my side. I'll hold you close and protect you through this fight. Darkness, we've been told the vices be left alone. Sitting here alone, I cannot seem to keep a hold. Visions keep me up at night, no sleep into the night. Building strength within, release it from inside. One nation under the law. One nation under the law. The night is cold and dark, surrounding all we see. But these lonely streets will never encompass me. But I'll keep you warm inside, and I'll hold you close, my love. I'll hold you close and protect you through this night. Darkness, we've been thrown, the vices been left alone. Sitting here alone, I cannot seem to find a home. Visions keep me up at night, no sleep into the night. I provided cannot justify my claim. Fear and confusion bottled up and taken inside. Reintroduced into society to a kind. I guess we've been thrown devices built to our own. Sitting here alone, I cannot seem to keep a hold. Visions keep me up at night, no sleep until first night. Building strength when it releases from inside.
And that was Unforgotten by Core 10. That was intense. That's heavy.
Thanks.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit, during the song about that. Why don't you elaborate, Sean?
Well, it was like I said, my father passed, and Duncan and I, we write with a lot of causes, a lot of self-help, pull yourself out of the shithole you're in.
And kind of political.
Yeah, in some instances, we're trying not to be as political.
It's
more
hard,
about
yeah.
helping the human race.
That's
general.
important. That's good.
That's it.
We need more
helping
of that.
It,
We need
and
more of
just
that.
looking out for your fellow man and woman and child.
Just being positive in general.
Yeah,
I think more people, because of the president now, put more. You could write the same. You could have written the same song 2 years ago, and it's not political. It's humanitarian.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, you're writing that because of Trump. No, I'm not writing it because of fucking Trump. What we were talking about and what you're talking about has been going on for 50 fucking years.
Yeah.
It's not because this fucker's in there.
Right.
I mean,
it's brought
I
more to the
don't get
attention
too
now,
deep
though.
into politics, but I think the guy actually, I could be wrong. I think he actually fucking cares about the military.
Yeah, and it's not even about him. It's about
It's not,
It's
no.
about yourself as a person and how you.
You said like self-help.
Yeah, and how
type,
you, well, no, just how you want to treat other people. Period. Whether you're online or you're out in public or not, it's how you want to treat other people.
It was a huge epidemic with the homeless situation right now, especially.
It's bad.
The thing is, though, today I wrote on Facebook today that I was in this area where it's predominantly a Mexican, Hispanic culture there, and I come up and I see this lady, some little Mexican lady or Hispanic lady, whatever. She could be Guatemalan, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying because of the area. And she's got a shopping cart literally filled with probably 300 pounds of weight in cans and recyclables, and out there, I call that working.
Yeah.
And she
Because it is work,
And
yeah.
she pulls up next to this white guy that's in new clothes with a sign
Yep.
asking for money on the same fucking street corner.
Well, you see them too. They
No,
sell the
but it's like,
flowers.
who
They sell
deserves to
this.
be
They sell
here?
that. Yeah.
Who
The fruit.
deserves to be, or the privilege, whatever. I don't know that kid's life, why he was out there, but he's all in brand new clothes and he's looked perfectly capable. And you see this little lady, 65, 70 years old, pushing this cart full
Working
of
her butt off for
working
pennies.
her
For
fucking
pennies.
ass off.
So
I'm like,
I see that all the time, and I'm always blown away that people, you see them giving money. You see them giving them $5, $10, it could be $1. I don't know.
well, I got to tell you
Right,
this.
but I don't get.
Well, those guys with the oranges and flowers, they'd be stealing our jobs and shit.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Stealing their jobs, those long hours that they work.
Well, I got to tell you this.
I ain't gonna say anything.
Ronnie King, our keyboard player, he's also producer. He lives out in India around 4 different orchards.
Yeah.
And it's 110, 120
Yep.
out there. And whatever, they're out there working their asses off and are happy with their lives.
And making
I don't
making
know.
a
You
fraction of what anybody
you
else
take
would
that
make.
any way you want, but like we had said before, we're so blessed, whatever you want to call it, to be living where we live.
Yep. I
are.
agree
I
100%.
feel like people are sold happiness nowadays in a box. They want to package it, tell you
It's
need
fake
this, you want
happiness, though.
that.
It's not real happiness.
Oh yeah, sold happiness. That's
Yeah.
Is that your next track?
I was going to say, yeah.
Collaboration-
You better keep that
collaboration
under
towards
wraps
Hang Low
before-
Budget.
Yeah, that's
Well,
like that.
Yeah.
Things are in the works, people.
Well, have you written shit like? I mean, you just wrote that. That's what that is about, kind of. You know.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
And
it.
it's a personal experience as well. It's you know, and you obviously feel deeply about it.
Well, you want to be a
Right.
philanthropist, I think, in some way, and a humanitarian, like you said, and just give a fuck.
Not everybody does though.
No one gives a fuck.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
No
Certain
fucks
people do,
given.
like you do. You know, certain people
on,
do, but not everybody
On top
does.
of that, we're blessed and stoked to be in California, but it's a material state.
Yep, it is.
You know, so
It's at least if you're going to be
Especially
homeless.
Orange County.
but it depends. Who you,
homeless here,
but
right?
it
I
depends
mean,
who you.
it's at least warm.
I mean,
but,
couldn't you
like,
imagine? I mean, no, you know what?
it's
We
fucked-
joke
that's kinda
about
fucked
it,
up
right?
to say, but like I feel like they call it an epidemic and they call it a problem and everything, but yet no one's doing anything to change the real problem. They just want to shoo off homeless people to somewhere else, get rid of
Yep.
some, push
Just
them
go
off to
hide
someone
'em.
else. But
And
how about
brush 'em under the
how
rug.
about add some fucking rent control? And if the rent's gonna go up and the food's gonna go up, how about give people fucking raises so
Find
they
a
can afford
solution,
shit?
not just hide
Don't
it.
just kick people out
Yeah.
of their houses because they're not making enough money to live where they grew up. Like, fix the problem that made the problem. Don't fix.
Well, the craziest thing, I've been in Tucson, in that going through there, and there's so much homeless there because everyone has a gun. You know, they don't. No one. There's the crime rate is so low, so they just stay homeless. You know, a lot of them turn to crime, but they won't do that there. You know, because everyone's got a gun.
Yeah.
You literally sit down for dinner, and the guy sit down, and his bootleg comes up, and there it is.
Yeah.
You know, so it's it's an interesting thing.
different
It's not
everywhere
even
you
about
live.
the crime. I'm just saying
Yeah,
there's
it's different
areas
wherever you live.
where, you know, it's it doesn't seem like there's options. Is all I'm saying.
Plenty of songs to write from it.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean,
whole album right
seriously.
there.
There's album after.
Well,
Maybe two.
well, the next single coming out is called Introspection, like I said, and it's about looking back into yourself and trying to self-help. You know,
Do you write the songs?
we all do, but
Yeah,
Duncan
we all
and I.
do.
Who writes the lyrics? You all write the lyrics as
Duncan
well.
and I write the majority of the lyrics, and it's always about. There's no egos involved. It's always whatever's best for the song, and everyone collaborates on how the vocals
Musically
sound and working together. You know, having two singers. You know, Duncan's much more like a Brian Johnson. with
Yeah,
his
you
pop-
guys are totally
He
different.
can literally sing AC/DC.
It works
pretty
so good,
dead
though.
on. And like I said, I'm more of a low end melodic.
It's perfect. It's a perfect
so we try
combination.
and have an extreme from roller coaster it.
Yeah.
You know.
And it works for you.
Yeah, it does.
And Sean, we're short on time. So what about your other project you've been working on? That because you have a song there. Maybe we can play one. The last.
Yeah, if
going
you want to
out.
play one song, Slip Away. It's the song has Mark Diamond from the Dwarves is the guitar player. Yeah, Slip Away, the first song. Mark Diamond from the Dwarves is the guitar player. It was co-produced by Ronnie King and Ulrich Wild. Chad Zaliga is the drummer from Black Label Society
Okay.
with Zach Wild
Yeah.
and Breaking Benjamin.
I think I saw them a long time ago. They've been around for a while, right?
Yeah,
The
well,
Coconut
Zach
Caesar
was
back
Ozzy's.
then.
Zach was Ozzy's.
Yeah,
guitar
but he
player.
put. I remember seeing like a long time ago. He had the solo project thing off.
Well, you'll love
thing.
this. The bass player on this stuff is Matt Harris from the Posies.
Oh, cool. This is
So
gonna be
it's
good stuff. then.
yeah, it's an eclectic song. It's very electro punk Iggy-ish.
Don't even mention Iggy around me.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't sound like Iggy or anything like that, but it's got that
So
kind
how long has this band been around?
of probably about 2015, 14,
And,
and I've been just powering it away at it. But Core 10 has definitely taken the forefront, but I've been tight with Core 10 for a while in my older band. We played with them a little bit in their older incarnation, and it just made sense. Duncan asked me if I wanted to come in, and then I had met Chris at NAMM. And
that's how you guys
and
met.
I called Chris. Well, he was friends with Chad Zaliga, the drummer I was just telling you about, and Chris knew Little Joe, and Ronnie had been producing me.
Oh, Little
and-
Joe's awesome. Hi, Little Joe, if you're listening.
Yeah, Ronnie had
Little
been
Joe.
Ronnie had producing me and Core 10 also, and so that's how it all came together.
Awesome. So then this is
Slip Away.
from Adam Flower. Okay, on chaoticradio.com.
True to the lies that you feel when you see what they need. Oh, yeah.
And that was Slip Away by Adam Flower. I like that. You can hear all the different influences, the people that are in it. You spoke about the Iggy influence, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's available now at TexasJesusRecords.com.
Texas Jesus. Is that a signed band?
Yeah, it's an indie. It's my
Damn it, because
solo
I have my
thing.
Thursday show where I do DIY
But you're allowed to
unsigned band.
broadcast it.
Yeah, but I my Thursday I do DIY unsigned bands from around the world, so I can play low budget. But I can't play the bands that are signed. So. But that's good. I like it. It's good stuff.
Sucks to be me, man.
Well, you said earlier.
Damn
know,
you for getting signed.
But it's good stuff. That's a good thing.
But Corten's looking for a major label right now, or any label.
We had a couple offers.
Yeah.
We are under Ulrich Wild's Worm Group, which is his,
called the Worm. It's his label.
His independent thing. Which
Yeah.
is,
Yeah, if you know anything about that guy, he was Grammy nominated for
No,
White.
nothing.
Okay, well, he's Grammy nominated for White Zombie, Astro Creep 2000. He was
Love White Zombie.
Terry Dates'
assistant.
assistant and working on with Pantera, or he can tell you some Dimebag Darrell stories. And
the Black Album with Metallica.
yeah, he's worked on all Deftones. Him and Wayne really created Static X, and
So big difference between a lot of the bands that you have coming through. You guys that's where you want to go.
well, you know what? It's kind of like we have, Ryan's a keyboard player and programmer, and Ulrich is really suited to that type of, that type of thing. If you listen to Astro Creep 2000, he did a lot of backwards masking on that, and that was 20 years ago when you had to do it tape to tape.
Yep.
The guy is really a genius.
When they first mentioned his name, I went and looked at his bio. I'm like, holy shit, I think I own all these albums.
That must be a crazy feeling. Yeah.
But I'll say one more thing. This Friday, like I said, we're stepping back in the studio with South American producer Alejandro Toronto, who's done Infierno, DS8, Los Fabulosos Cadillacs.
I've heard of all those bands.
Yeah, and we're going to do a co-production thing with him and Ulrich for South America.
He's like the Rick Rubin of South America. He's
basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got a few more minutes, and so why don't you plug your shows and say hi who you wanted to say hi to, and
Well, hi to all the rest of the guys in the band, Patricia, and
Jeff, if you're listening, I doubt it.
And when's the next Corten show?
The next Corten show is November 18th at the Garden Amphitheater in Garden Grove, California.
And when's the next low budget show?
It is this Saturday at the
30th
Wayfarer.
At the Wayfarer. Okay,
Club
cool.
Mesa.
Used to be Club Mesa back in the day.
And then the Detroit, but it's a great place.
What up, Lou? 17th Street Recording Studio. If you guys don't know their music, you fucking should.
Does that have anything to do with? Is it 17th Street Guitars? No.
It's on 17th
No.
Street in Costa
Oh,
Mesa.
okay, because there's another. I think there's. Oh no, it's 7th Street Guitars. Never mind.
Yeah, well,
Confused. Yeah.
close.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for
Been a
having us.
fucking pleasure.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's been a great
it's been
show.
really cool. Really
You can go
appreciate
back
it.
and watch it on YouTube anytime.
Well, he's right. That 2 hours flew.
Didn't
It
it?
does.
Yeah,
It
it
totally
did.
does.
It
Yeah.
went by real quick.
I
I
looked,
thought it was like
looked down at my phone. I'm like, oh, okay. 10
Yeah.
minutes. Haven't heard the song yet?
That's like, no, I wanted to make sure we played your song.
No, I get it.
you know.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure you fit it in there.
Thanks for having us.
Any fucking time. I appreciate
Really
it.
appreciate
Thanks,
it,
Cody.
guys.
Well,
Yeah, we'll have to have you guys back too, and we'll have you with your,
Corinne,
with
Tara,
your other
Eric.
band. We can bring some of the members of your other
Yeah,
band
for
in here
sure.
too. Yeah.
Well, we did it. We
And
did it when we went
applause.
to break. We're gonna do it now. We're gonna play back out with Unforgotten.
Awesome.
All right.
Caticrator.com.
Thank you.
Yep.
See you next week.
CortenTheBand.com.
Yep.
budgetlive.com.
All right, cool. That was a lot of fun, guys.
In time, I'll teach you, get up mine. To be strong, as this life it can move on. But I'll keep you warm at night, and I'll keep you by my side. I'll hold you close and protect you through this fight. Under cannot justify my claim. Fear and confusion bottled up and taken side. Reintroduced into society to a guide. I guess we've been thrown